name is Katie from the Greenland Quilter channel, or of the Greenland children. Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, tonight I am super excited because I have Chaunda with me tonight, and we are, we are going to have a good time with doing this so long together for Sewcialites 3. I have been super excited, and I'm pretty sure she's been super stoked as well. So let's talk a little bit about what Sewcialites is. For those of you that don't already know, I am going to spotlight my screen for a minute so I can show you some of the information here. And also, I will share the links in the channel directly because I have put them in the bot. But you, on Fat Quarter Shop, there's two ways you can find this. You can find it with the links I'm going to post in the channel, or you can go to fatquartershop.com and type in Sewcialites 3. And it actually started 2 weeks ago, and they dropped block free today. Me and Chaunda we had pre-planned to do this so long back in January, and we had decided we was going to start it a couple weeks after the fact so that we would only be doing lives on Sewcialites every other week with 2 blocks every other week. And she would be doing the odd numbers, and I'm doing the even numbers, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so she's going to do block 1 on the live and block 2 offline. And I'll be doing block 2 online and doing block 1 offline, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know if she's made her offline block. I haven't.
I did. I made my offline block.
I haven't, but, you know, I might get both of them done tonight. You never know with me if I just really stay on task. Okay, so I'm going to be copying. Chaunda's already on her community tab. Posted our schedule for Sewcialites, and then I will go. I also have the schedule, and I'll put it on our community tab as well. Also, if you're participating in the Sewcialites so long with us or with them, whichever, and you haven't downloaded their little graphic, I will post a link underneath the live after the live in the comment section, along with all the other pertinent information. That way you can go download the graphic from, because what they did is they posted the graphic on the very first blog they posted about Sewcialites 3. Yeah, when you scroll kind of almost to the bottom, it's almost down to the bottom of the article that they wrote. There is that graphic. You probably noticed it on the thumbnail that I posted. And I also posted the graphic on the community tab so you guys can see what it looked like. So I'm going to do block 2. She's going to do block 1, and I'm going to spotlight her for just a second so she can tell you guys who she is and show us the block you plan on working on, and along with the colorway you're going to do.
Okay, so my name is Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. As Katie said, I am doing the odd number blocks on camera and the even number blocks off screen. And so block 1 has 4 different fabrics in it. And so I've got my 4 fabrics here. Well, 4 print fabrics and then a background. So I've got my fabrics here. I do need to cut them. I've cut my background, but I need to cut my prints. And these are the 4 prints that I'm using. So I think it's going to be a pretty block. I'm excited. I do like that. Well, my quilt is going to be completely scrappy, which is new for me. I don't normally do scrappy quilts. So I'm excited about this.
I'm excited about it too. So let me show you. I've already cut my block number 2, which is called Twinsies, and I've laid it out on a small design board. So I'll show you the colorway I'm using. As I've mentioned before, I'm not going to use a white background this go around on this, and it is going to be scrappy. So I'll still be working out of my scrap pile of boutiques, but I decided I had some. Now the only part that won't be from my scrap pile will be my background. I had I think close to 3 yards of this turquoise right here. But when you put it with these colors, it's going to look really lit. So I'm using a medium blue, a red, and a dark blue for this block. So it's going to be similar to what you see here in Fat Quarter Shop's color. And the only reason I'm doing that is because this block looks interesting the way that Fat Quarter Shop did it. And I'm going to see if I get that same effect. I'm not trying to copy. I just want to see if you can see the effect that that block, how it comes out, because it's pretty interesting. And and for the block number 1, are you using the same colors for your block 2 as well?
No.
Okay, so when I get done showing the block 2 or block 1, I'll, if you want to show them your colorway for that one, you can if you want.
Yeah, I can show them the fabrics without showing them the block.
Okay, that will work. Yeah, show them the fabric. So here is for block 1, the colorway I'm going to use. So I'm using the turquoise as the background, this deep blue, a darker turquoise. I don't know why I have 2 different yellows on here. That's interesting. I might have cut one too many of something. But anyway, oh, I'm using 2 different types of yellow. So it's going to be fun to see how that looks, because you can see there is a difference between those 2 yellows. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, let me go back to Chaunda for a minute so she can show us what she's using for fabric for her block 2.
So block 2 has 3 prints and a background. I am using white for my background since my quilt is going to be so scrappy. I didn't want anything to compete, and I didn't even want low volume. I wanted white, which is unusual for me. But these are the prints that I used for the first block.
Oh, pretty. I like that.
Yep. And so I've got all my colors kind of organized, and I've got all of the blocks. Like for each block, I wrote down how many colors are in it. And so when the block comes up, I basically go in my handy dandy fabrics here, all my different fabrics, and then I just choose the prints that I want to use in that week's block. So that's how I'm doing mine.
You all organized.
I am very organized, because if I'm not, I'll fail.
Yeah.
I have to be organized if I want to be successful here. So
I think us doing this together is going to keep us motivated to stay on track, though. I really do. Something catastrophic would have to happen for one of us to stop doing it.
right, exactly. And I'm super excited because I've never finished a sew along before,
Yeah.
or a block of the month. I never finished it. So I'm excited to finish this one.
I am
and the
really
blocks,
excited too.
I love that the blocks with this iteration of Sewcialites, they are not super complex.
Yeah.
Some of the other blocks for some of the other iterations had some blocks that took a lot of work, a lot of time to complete. And I do like that these blocks are a little bit more beginner friendly, and a little faster to put together. So
Yep. And I think that's going to help a lot of beginner who are, may have never done it before. Maybe they won't feel so overwhelmed because, as you said, for past ones, some of them have been very complicated. So I want to say hey to everyone in the channel. Mona was first in the channel today. Hello. And then there's Mona Rippet. Hello there to you too. Hi, Janet. Hello to, I gotta scroll. Hello, Andy. It's good to see you too. Hello, Jaja. Hello, Nina. And let me see. We got anybody else in here? And hello, Amy. Welcome. And hey, Cindy, and hello, Lee. Welcome. If you are a channel creator, please type in the channel !selfie. But let me go ahead and share some links with you. If you have not been to Sewcialites, here's the first link that I'm going to share with you so that you know where to go. This is to go download the packet for Sewcialites 3. And then the next one is for block 1. And the next link is going to be for block 2. All right, wake up, bot. Okay, so there. Look at that. It skipped the packet altogether. I know what I did wrong. Hang on. Sewcialites. I had an S on there. Okay. So you'll see there's a link for block 1, block 2, and then, yeah, right there is the packet for the sew along, and it'll take you straight to those pages. So all you have to do is download them and print them, and that's it. Voila, you got everything you need. Okay. And anyone else come? Hey, honey, look who's in the chat. All right, alrighty. Okay, so you want to get ready to get sewing here?
I am.
All right, let's do this. If you guys have any questions about Sewcialites 3 or which block we're working on, I'm working on Twinsies, which is by Susan Aki, and you're working on the one by Chelsi Stratton, I think.
Yes, it's called Idyllic.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is lay my block out first.
I am going to do some cutting.
Okay. And I have a hot mess on my little design board. Where's my lint roller at? You know, I lose my lint roller all the time. I swear, it's aggravating. Okay. This. So I'm just going to basically lay out this block so you can see how this is done. And then I'll start sewing it. I think this is I think so far the blocks have been fun. You know what I found interesting, Chaunda?
What's that?
I saw somebody post block number 3 last night.
How did they the block drop today? How did they get the block last night?
That's what I want to know. I'm like, how did they already know what today's, how did they already have it done?
Interesting.
So people are asking on Kimberly Stitch page, Kimberly Stitch Squad or whatever it's called, how people have already got it before it ever, because she didn't go live. See, she usually hits, I think she goes live, I think it's around 1 o'clock my time, so she's on Texas time, so I think that's 3 hours standard time, so that would be 12, 11, 10 o'clock, I guess, or something.
I wonder if somebody guessed the nomenclature for the link.
They could have.
And I just want to say that if somebody did that, if they guessed based upon how they were naming the files, if they guessed what the link was going to be so that they were able to go to it before it was published on the website, and then that same person not only completed the block, but posted it, I think that's a really crummy thing to do.
Yep. You're not supposed to do that when someone's going to teach it on their live,
Yeah, I think that's crummy.
Okay, so this is what my clothes are going to look like. What do you think, Chaunda?
Oh, yeah.
I think that looks pretty cool.
And then at the end, we get to compare blocks.
Yes, we do. It's going to be fun comparison.
Because I had no idea. I had no idea. Katie has no idea what I'm doing for my block, and I had no idea what Katie was going to do for her block. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how they compare at the end. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. And it'll also be, even though we're using the same pattern, it's going to give a completely different effect as well.
Right.
Rip It says, mystery cheater. Hey, Amy. And she says, cute. Hey, Yadira, welcome. And Nikolai saying hi to you, Chaunda.
Hey, Nikolai.
He got home around, I think it was 5:30 yesterday afternoon. And it's a good thing because guess what? The wind is ripping things up outside right now. So he got home just in time before the weather hit.
Well, that was fortunate.
Yeah, because what kept him from coming home when he was supposed to was because of the weather. We were having a blizzard here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Y'all got snow?
Yeah, it dumped a bunch of snow.
What?
Yep. So when he come home, so when we went to the store today, and we also we went and took care of some business while we were at it today. And when we got back home, I started trying to dig a spot out because I had fallen in a hole, and he come out there and he's like, "Here, let me take care of this, and you go do this." And he dug out the path all the way up to where we could get out. Because when he came home, I couldn't even get out past like the maybe 10 feet out the front door, and that was it.
Wow.
Because it had already blocked everything. And Nora's pretty freaking amazing because she just takes it in stride, and she just figures it out when she's got to go do her business. But you could tell
dogs are really smart and resilient. So
yeah, they are. I noticed that today when she was out, after about 10 or 15 minutes, you could tell she was having trouble with her back feet, which means her feet's not used to being, because it's let me see what the temperature, well, the temperature may have changed because the wind. Yeah, right now it's 17 degrees Fahrenheit. And
Jeez.
so yeah, so that's cold. It's below freezing. So dogs' feet can only tolerate, or their bodies can only tolerate being outside, depending on the breed. Like a German Shepherd can be outside -5 degrees for a while, but a dog like her, no, maybe 10 minutes at the most.
Yeah, Nora said, "I'm not a husky."
Yeah, say I'm not some winter dog. But she doesn't. It's funny because she wants to go outside, but then you see her go lame, and it's like, uh-oh, got to get her inside. When she starts picking up her feet, you know her feet are hurting. And Dachshunds are hard to fit with boots because her front feet are huge and her back feet not so much. She's got that really big front feet, because they're varmint dogs, or they call them grave hounds here, meaning that they can dig into burrows to get varmints out. That's what they were used for. Some people call them badger dogs because that's what they were originally used for, was hunting badgers.
I never knew that.
Yeah. But did you know that they can pull a fox, the standard size of Nora can pull out pull a fox out of their den and dispatch them by themselves with no help from us.
Nope, I did not.
They're very predatory.
I didn't know both dachshunds were so ferocious.
Yeah, she's predatory. I think that's why we have no mice in our house, because she she preys upon any of them she finds. She preys upon them. It's the funniest thing I ever seen. And I'm like, really? Would you please at least dispatch them before you swallow them whole? Really?
Lord.
Because if she doesn't, then she goes and barfs it up, and I'm like, I don't want to clean that up. That's just gross. How's everybody doing? The chat's a little bit silent right now. Let me talk about tonight. Remember, I talked to you guys last night about the questions that I started last night on March. Yesterday was the 5th, right?
Yep.
Yep. So we're going to be doing a poll question that will either relate to Greenland or relate to Nikolai and I, and how I came about being in Greenland. And I asked you not to go look up any answers, just guess. But make sure you write down when I do give the answer, because at the end of April, I'm going to do a giveaway where you have to fill out a form and put in the answers to all the questions, because I'll make a form where you'll find it easy enough to answer the questions. But if you don't write them down, you'll have to go back to the video to find the answer. And on the form, you have to get the answers right in order to participate on being on the wheel. And I'm giving 4 gift cards away, and 2 of them are bigger than the other 2. It's time to celebrate my 3rd anniversary of being a channel that's coming up.
It's crazy how the time is just flying.
I know. You know? I went and looked it up because I really didn't know when I first had my first when I dropped because I had the account. It was called Live in Greenland, and it sat. Nothing happened to it for a year. I didn't put one video on it, and then when Becca started talking to me about it, she's like, "You need to put some videos up." Uh-oh, that's not right. Oh, I got them backwards. Um, she she kept saying, when are you gonna pull the trigger? When are you gonna pull the trigger? I see you got the account up, but you haven't done anything with it. And finally I dropped it, I don't know, several um short videos I had recorded flying or whatever, and I didn't even know how to edit them at the time, so they're not even edited. And then except actually technically my first live quilting video was in September of 2023. The first video was dropped in April of 2023. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. So almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's just I can't believe it. I mean, me and Nikolai were just talking about this yesterday. We were talking about when we go to Denmark in June, and I said, you realize that when we went to Fano in Denmark the last time, Fano was 3 years ago, I think, something like that. But we had gone to Denmark, I don't know, a couple years ago too, because he had a different license he had to update. And I said, you realize that I didn't have a YouTube channel when we went to Fano. So now I have a good excuse to make videos or go live on the beach so you guys can see what Fano looks like and the beach there, because there's a beach. So you have to get on a ferry. Wrong side. You have to get on a ferry to get to Fano. And there's this beautiful beach. You can drive right onto the beach. It's so beautiful. It's so strange, and it seems so strange at the same time because all you see is ocean as far as the eye can see.
Nice.
Today is question number 2, Sylvia. Thursday's live was question number 1. Now listen, if you get the poll wrong, that's okay. It just remember, and how long have we been live now?
About 20 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, almost 30 minutes. In an hour and a half, I'm going to give you the answer, and make sure you write the answer down, because that's what's going to matter for the giveaway and filling out the form. And about the 3rd week in April, I'll put a link up for you guys to start adding your answers to the form, or I might put it up sooner if you want to add every week to it, you can do that. I just need a couple days because I'm spending time with Nikolai and everything, so that form probably won't go up until sometime maybe next week. Because I was thinking, well, maybe some people want to go add their answers as it goes along so that they don't forget to do it. And some people might wait until the end and just write it all down on a piece of paper and do the form, right before the cutoff date, because the cutoff date is going to be the last Thursday of April, which happens to be, I think that's the last day of the month, actually. Let me look. I believe that's the last day of April, which happens to be the last Thursday. Isn't that ironic? I started on a Thursday, ended on a Thursday. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's the 30th. So the last day of participating in this, which is a Thursday. So you'll get the last question on April the 30th. And then I will give you guys 24 hours to get your forms online. And then I will go through everybody's forms. And those of you who got all the answers right, because you went basically, so you'll come and if you watch the videos, you'll have the answers. And then you just put them in the form. And then I'll put everybody on a wheel that's completed the form. And then I'll do 4 giveaways on that next live, which will be the first Thursday in April, May, which would be May. Because I'll know I'll have everything ready to go. The first Thursday in May is going to be May the 7th. And that's when we'll do the giveaway. Sylvia, you can rewatch it. I will make sure that she says, okay, I'm such an odd one for watching due to my life currently. And I know everybody has a job, everybody's got things to do, but you have the replay. And I will say this, if you want to find the answer quickly, all you have to do is move that, what is that called? The time thing on the bar to about 2 hours and you'll find the answer. Just go to the 2-hour mark and watch that part of it until you hear the answer. That's all you got to do. I'm giving you that much different. I will never drop it before that or way after that. We're going to keep it right around that 2-hour mark so that you can find it. And let me read today's question too. And some of these questions you're going to be like, well, I don't know the answer to that. I can tell you how many I have countlessly said in the last 2.5 years, what month and year I came here for the first time, what year and month I moved here, what year and month we got married in, what year and month he asked me to marry him. Y'all heard it multiple times. Now, whether you were paying attention, that's different. And the Greenland questions will also be interesting because if you don't know the answer, just guess. That's all I care about. Just guess, participate. That's what I want. Just participate, you know? And because I love when y'all engage with me. Look how far I got with this already. Isn't that crazy, Chaunda?
Yeah, it was a quick block.
It's I haven't got it all the way sewed together, but it's a simple block. That's why I think I can work on my other one since I haven't sewed my other one yet. But I wanna wait till you got yours done before I mess with the other one.
It's all right, because I can always well, we'll see how long this takes.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I just want to make sure I got everything laid out right. So that's right. That's right. These are right. All right. So this is ready to sew together. This is such a user-friendly block. The hardest part, if I had to say the hard part might be, is making sure that you line up all of these seams when you're sewing them together. That probably is the only difficult part you might find difficult.
I mean, and Kimberly gives the pressing instructions. So if you follow the pattern, she tells you how to do that. Now, I'm one of those people that sometimes I don't read, right? So I saw how the block went together and I just started putting the block together. So I didn't put it together exactly the way it says to do it in the instructions. Mm-hmm. So I realized that so my seams might not be exactly as she said for them to be.
Yeah. I haven't watched today's live. I'm assuming it's that house block, I guess, that we're doing.
It is. I'm actually excited about that block.
I'm excited about doing that block too. I think it's going to be fun doing that block. It'll be the first time.
I'm trying to think if I want to use all different colors in that block or if I want to
yeah.
In my in the first 2 blocks.
And Rip It, or Mona of Rip It and So On, she says, for the record, I love your name, Chaunda.
Thank you.
I think
my mom decided to be different.
I think it's a beautiful name too. I remember the first time I tried to call you Chandra, and I'm like, wait, that's not how it's spelled.
No R in there, but everybody puts an R in there.
That's right. I think it's fun when you get to meet different people and they have interesting names, or or different names that you don't usually see. And it's like, you can so easily mispronounce something because you didn't see that it was missing a letter or it had an additional letter you didn't see. And because I guess human beings are creatures of habit from hearing regular common names. And then when they see a name that's looks like a common name, but it's not,
Yeah. I
It's
love
like
how Kimberly does everything oversized so you can trim it.
Mhm. It's like Mona's name. I think I'm not sure if I'm still, it's actually Moana, I think. Yeah, her name is Spanish. So, I don't have quite the dialect right. But maybe over time I'll get where I can pronounce it properly. Her handle is good too, says Sylvia. That's right. Under the needle? Yep. So besides the aggravation with your daughter, have you had a good week?
Oh my God, it's been hectic. Um, my aunt is moving.
Mm-hmm.
The one that my daughter lives with. So I have a daughter that lives with one of my aunts, and they were supposed to move this weekend, but then the landlord asked if they could move sooner, and they had said yes, so they had to move by Wednesday. So um I had a lot more to do this week than normal because I had to go back and forth and help them out. So it's
That's
been a busy week.
wow. I bet they were feeling the pressure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they had movers, but on Monday and Tuesday, what they wanted to get as much stuff over as they could. They wanted to get their beds moved over, so their beds were ready because they have to be completely out by Wednesday. So everything had to be done Wednesday.
Wow.
It was a lot.
Hey, Ripet says doll in Spanish. So what is everybody working on tonight? Anyone sewing with us tonight? Let us know if you're sewing with us. If you're not sewing with us, but you're sewing, what are you working on tonight? Let us know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to be aggravating and start asking a bunch of questions. So Thomas got his freezer for, a few days ago, Chaunda.
Oh, a deep freezer?
A little deep freeze, a 5 cubic deep freeze. And so
Mm-hmm.
I contacted a meat company that's in Carrollton itself to see what I could, order for him and pay for it to put in his freezer. Because let me tell you what, when your son only has 5 packs of ground beef and 2 pieces in the freezer, there's a problem. And when I asked him about it, he says, Mom, have you seen the price of meat? I can't afford it on my income. And when I'm like, I mean, not anywhere. He's like, no, Mom. And I asked him when's the last time he had chicken. He says he doesn't even know.
I wish he was closer because we have a meat market here, um, that has really, really cheap chicken.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like 40 pounds of chicken for $20 or 40 pounds of
Wow.
chicken.
Really?
Yeah,
Come
sometimes
on.
yeah, or some like it'll vary. So like the last time, because Adrian just got some chicken yesterday, and I think it was, I have to look at the price sheet. I don't remember. me look.
So what I ordered him today that I paid for, and it totaled me about $185 before it was all said and done, which, considering the price of meat. So I bought him 2 chuck roast, which were 4 pounds a piece, which was about $6.95 a pound. And then I bought him 2, and I know what someone's going to say when I say what I bought. I bought him 2 ribeye steaks. Each ribeye steak was a 12-ounce steak that comes as a 2-packer, which was, and they were 3/4 inch thick for $36.50. So that's like what, $12 a pound, maybe something like that. And then I bought 2 there. Then I got him some pork tenderloins where they weighed about 2.5 pounds for 2 small ones. And so I bought 2 packs of those, and it was $2.70 a pound. I started to get chicken wings, and then I asked her, I said, what? She says, I do have a chicken box. So this is what I got for $90 it was a 20-pound chicken box, and it came with wings, legs, thighs. It came with every part of a chicken, basically. But it was all cut up. And that's what I bought for him today, and that will get them started. And I know that seems pricey, especially when you told me you can get it. How many pounds for $20?
See, they had 50 pounds of frozen whole chickens for $30.
What?
20 pounds of frozen assorted chicken for $15.
Oh
40
my
pounds of leg
God.
quarters, $22. 40 pounds of drumsticks for $28.
Damn, I wish he did live closer, because that would be the place for him to go get chicken.
Yeah, super affordable. That's why we're able to that's how we save on groceries. We'll go there, we'll buy, because we can spend, $100 and get like we don't even spend $100 because we have to store all of that meat. So
Yeah. He doesn't make, when you tell somebody your son makes $12 an hour, they're like, well, that's a good pay. It's not a living wage.
who said $12 an hour is a good pay?
I forget who it was. I'm
That?
like, how do you figure $12 that's not a living wage?
That
Because
doesn't pay rent.
no, it doesn't. And then SNAP, because of all this federal stuff, his SNAP went from $500 down to $200, and that's supposed to feed 2 people on a non-living wage income for a month. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Actually cutting corners and doing what he's been doing and only buying hamburger meat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I asked him, so I said, are you telling me you eat hamburgers and pizza? That's all y'all eat through? Yes, Mom. That's the only thing I can afford right now. And when
So ground beef is cheaper than chicken?
Apparently, he says he can't find chicken that he can afford. But I'm hoping when he goes to this meat thing and he meets these people, because it's called Walker something. Walker Meats, I think is what it's called. And hopefully when he walks in there, maybe he'll be piqued to go back there again a little bit too, maybe. But she said the only whole chickens she had was chicken hens. And, chicken hens are like 8 or 9 pounds, and they're like I used to buy hens to replace turkeys because I don't like turkeys. And, but I would make a hen and stuff it. Let's see, what do I have tomorrow? Is that wait a minute, I need to catch up on the chat. Hang on, you guys. All right. Andy says she is working on her coffin bags for tomorrow. And Mona from Ripit says she's making another iPad case. And Sylvia says Sewcialites Block 3 is printed for next break. So maybe tomorrow. Yep, I'll be printing mine later tonight. And then Rippett's asking, yeah, I think she's asking Andy about tomorrow. Andy, do you have tracking on my stuff? She's asking about. And then Andy says, my Grimoire craft show. And she's gonna check emails. Let me see. And then Rippet says, confused. Hamburger is super expensive here in Texas, and chicken is average. Little
Yeah, that's why I'm
but
shocked.
cheaper than yeah. They're only eating hamburger. That's all they're eating.
Because ground beef is definitely more expensive for me than chicken is.
But there's also a thing you all don't know. My kids are selective about size of chicken.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is they were spoiled by me because I didn't buy big ass chickens. The biggest I would buy is a 4-pound chicken because I can't stand to buy 6-pound chickens. They don't taste the same. They're like gross. And it could be it's about that too. Because I did ask the lady at the meat market that I bought from today. I said, are these really huge chickens? And she says, no, they're about average is what she told me. But she said, unfortunately, they don't have whole chickens, which is kind of sad. So I guess I can check out Publix and see what their smallest chickens are at Publix. Because he will not. He says he's not buying them from Walmart. When he looks at them, he just gets grossed out. So some places are higher on hamburger than other places, huh? How much does a steak cost? I asked him, do you know she didn't even have sirloin steaks in their business? And she doesn't
Wow.
know why. Because I mentioned to Thomas, I said, have you bought sirloin steak before? And he said no. And I said, I was thinking because I don't mind buying them a ribeye steak. I don't have a problem with that. But I thought I would incorporate a different kind of steak so he can learn how to cook it. Because sirloin's yummy. And she didn't have any. So if I want to buy him any sirloin, I'm going to have to get it from somewhere else. But I'm just happy I got him some chuck because now he can throw it in a crock pot, put some seasoning and some other things in it, and turn it on low in the morning before he leaves the house. And when he comes home, the whole house is going to smell yummy, and him and his son will have a meal already ready to eat.
And they'll have leftovers.
Yep. And he can do the same thing with chicken. Throw it in a crock pot and season it and add whatever and leave it on low, slow cook. And when he gets home, voila. I'm hoping a 4-pound roast will fit in a 2-quart crock pot. Do you think it will?
A 2-quart?
That's what he's got, a 2-quart crock pot. I'm thinking I might have to order him a bigger one.
Yeah, that's not going to work, especially if he's going to try to put other ingredients in there.
Yeah, because it sounds really small to me.
Yeah, he's going to need a 5-quart.
Then I'm going to have to order one from Amazon
Yeah.
then.
5 or 6 quart is what he's going to need.
Yeah, because I have a bigger one, and I'm pretty sure that if I put a 4-pound roast in there, that's, takes up the whole bottom. $15 to $18 a steak at the grocery store in Central. Dang. And she says that's not prime prices either. Wow.
Yeah, I don't pay that much. I wait for steak to go on sale for between $9.99 and $12.99 a pound. And that's when I buy steak.
Do you do this? What I used to do when I was buying groceries once a month, because that's what I tended to do to keep, fill up our freezer, because I had 3 kids to feed, plus ourselves. And I always, like with ribeye, I waited till whole ribeyes were on sale for $6.99 a pound. And I'd go buy the whole damn thing and have it cut. Have part of it cut, for steaks, and another part of the other half of it would be for a roast. And I would do the same thing with sirloin. Boy, buy the whole dang sirloin, have it cut the way I wanted it, because when you buy a whole one, you save a ton of money.
No, that I've never done.
Yeah, if you can find it $6.99 a pound, $9.99 a pound instead of what is it, $15 to $16 a pound the other way. I buy whole ribeyes here because it saves me money. I also buy whole chickens by the case. And also I buy chicken legs by the case and pork tenderloins by the case because it saves me and Nikolai money because meat has gone up even here. The only thing that really hasn't gone up has been eggs. Janet says, from Karen, wait, antiques from Karen. Janet says, no idea how I got here, but it's like walking into a quilt retreat. This is awesome. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you. If you're a channel creator, don't forget to share your channel by typing exclamation selfie. Or if you're already in the bot, just type your exclamation in your name. And I need to share Chaunda's channel because I don't think I've done it yet. My bad.
I'll pop it in there. I just hadn't done the cutting, so I wanted to. I knew that block 1 was a little bit more sewing than block 2, and I already hadn't done the cutting, so I'm like, let me just get down to the cutting and the sewing.
Yep, just take your time. We're not on a rush. I'm not rushing you. You know me. I'll go as long as we need to go.
I know.
I don't mind. And my husband made sure I got some rest. I tossed and turned last night. And then when I finally passed out, he made me stay in bed for a while.
I slept in this morning also. I ended up going to bed really late last night. Because having to pick my kids up from work, later than normal, my daughter having to get her, and she gets off work at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So I'm taking my shower later. I'm winding down later. So I didn't fall asleep last night till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds like me. I think I was awake until, I don't know, 4 a.m. my time. I was just wound up. And I think I was wound up because number one, you know me, my brain wouldn't shut off. And and I actually got off the lot. I didn't do a 3-hour live last night. Hi, Judy. Welcome, welcome. I think my live lasted maybe 2.5 hours, something like that, because I was so tired last night and I wanted to spend time with Nikolai because he got home finally last night. And I didn't want to cancel the live because I had, Mona on with me. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be rude. Is this really she says, is this really a thing or am I dreaming? No, this is really a thing, Janet. There's lots of us who do this on lives. Are you a quilter, Janet? Jaja says she got 8 chicken leg quarters today for $10 from Winco. Wow.
Nice.
8 chicken legs. So that would be, for $10, that had to have been like what? $1 something a piece? She says she's a master quilter. Wow.
Ooh.
How long have you been quilting?
Yeah.
If you're a master quilter, that means you've been quilting a long time, I bet. I know you weren't on my live last night, so I wanted to tell you because I'm super excited. So they're in May, they're having a knitters show or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what you call it. And my boss had posted about it, and I wrote on the post that she made, I said, you know, it's sad that us crocheters don't get to participate in this. She wrote me on Messenger, and you know what she said? She
What?
says, I want you to bring your mandala to show it at this show.
Okay. That's awesome.
And I said, do you realize how big that is? She says, I know. And she says, if you need help, I'll come and help you get it there without anything happening to it. So that means taking that big thing off the wall, and I got to figure out how to do it. Someone gave me a really great idea last night, though. Said to use a flat sheet and lay it on the flat sheet and fasten it.
Oh, then roll it up.
I can't roll it up. It's on a hula hoop.
Oh, okay.
That's what that ring is you see going around it. It's one and a half hula hoops.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's sewn onto the hula hoop. So, but they said lay it down on the sheet and fasten it. You know, take thread and put it around the hula hoop on the sheet, and then when we move it, it won't move because it'll be fastened in place. Because the only other alternative I could think of is find me a big enough piece of cardboard to put up underneath it, and then fasten it to the cardboard.
Gotcha.
Because it's 120 something centimeters across, which is close to 4 foot, I think. But I'm excited that because that means all the people who attend it from town who have never seen it is going to see it. And I named it Arctic Lights. Let's see here.
Oh my God. I have not trimmed up an hourglass unit in so long.
Do you know I like doing hourglass blocks over other blocks?
Do you?
Yeah. Janet says, I also restored vintage sewing machines. Haven't done anything since my mom passed in 2018. Aw. Then she says, this is the last year that I will be working on her estate, and then I'm done with it. Want to get back to quilting my machines and want to do some homesteading stuff. Oh, that would be great. Chaunda, did you make your design board?
What? Yes, I did. I sure did. It was a project in the Open Gate Quilt subscription box.
Hey, Laura. I've missed you. I hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Hey, Laura.
If you have a channel, type exclamation selfie to share your channel. We're about to sew this down the center here, Chaunda. And then I need to go take it to the iron and press it. What area are you at, Janet? Oh, she has a channel. Wow. Let me go make sure I look at her channel later after the live.
Definitely have to check it out and sub.
Yeah, she does. Life is all about how you handle Plan B. That's the title. That's really cool. Oh, I'm going to be excited to find out all about her page. Thank you for sharing your channel, Janet.
Thank you, Janet.
Hi, Linda, Irish Sail Lady. How are you? She says, good evening, everyone. Eating my dinner of fish tacos while I watch. Happy Friday and yay for the weekend. Yeah, can you believe we've already got the first week of March almost out of the way?
I have been craving fish tacos, by the way.
I have never eaten fish tacos. The idea of that kind of makes me cringe.
I thought so too. It sounded weird to me because I've only had beef or chicken, but it's good with fish and shrimp too. So good.
Speaking of something, I need to remind Nico of something because I bought him sushi today. I put that sushi in the refrigerator if you want to eat it. I knew that was going to get you moving. Don't forget to take some
Oh, that's
dried
gonna be.
meat out. He loves sushi.
I do too.
I don't eat sushi.
It took me. It's still mind over matter when I do the raw though. It's like I like how it tastes, but my brain is like, it's raw.
Yeah. I'm just not going to eat fish raw. No thanks.
That's because you're not used to it.
Yeah, I wasn't raised that way. If I was raised on it, I'd probably be fine. But the interesting thing is my kids will eat sushi, but that's because their Japanese grandmother was feeding them sushi when they were young kids, like from infancy all the way up till they could eat themselves, eat it by themselves. Because there was all kinds of Japanese food she'd feed them. I used to watch her. There was some kind of Japanese black beans that Shio would make. And Lynette would be standing there like waiting for grandma to start shoveling it in her mouth. It was hilarious. Let's see, Laura said something. She says, I filled 3 4-drawer filing cabinets and ordered 3 more. I live in Arizona and need to protect my fabric from the sun and the dust. And then Jaja says, Laura, you're going to be feeling so good when you're done. Hi, Candace. Welcome, welcome. She says,
I've been doing
me
some
and you.
too.
Oh, this block is cute, Chaunda.
Mm-hmm.
Shanta knows that I give you a
I don't think she was on my live last night, but you can show them to her if you want to. Just watch out, the petals are going to fall off of them. He brought home real flowers last night. They were roses, but the roses petals are falling off of it because the cold got to them. But look at these blue roses.
Ooh, look at that. That's really vibrant.
Yeah, and they smell yummy. I mean, when you stick your nose, a lot of times when you get roses that are dyed like this, they have no smell. These do. But the cold got to them. So probably what I'll do is when they really start falling apart, I have a jar that I drop. I have shells and other things in it. It's a really tall jar. And I put the rose petals in the jar with the seashells. It's because, Nikolai brings them home to me. It's been a long while since he's brought some home because of this very reason. They really take a hit when it's cold in the wintertime. You found the sushi, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What have you guys been watching? You guys been watching anything good on TV lately?
I've been watching Stargate. SG-1.
That's an older show, right?
Yeah, I just never have seen all of the seasons. So I started at the beginning so I can, and there's been several of the episodes. I'm like, I must not have seen that because I don't remember that. Hey, Bonnie, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hold on, I have to backtrack here for a minute. Why is this keep okay? Janice says would love to see the patterns you all are working. So what we're working on right now is Sewcialites 3. that is being hosted by Kimberly on the Fat Quarter Shop. So I'm working on block number 2, which is called Twinsies, and Chaunda's working on block 1, which is called Idyllic. And the other blocks I'm doing the odd number. No, sorry. Chaunda's doing the odd numbers on the lives, and I'll be doing the even numbers on the lives. Because we'll be doing 2 blocks every other week.
And the way Sewcialites works is they have 3 different block sizes. So you can choose to make a 3.5 inch unfinished, 6.5, or 9.5. And Katie and I are both doing the 6.5.
Yep. All right, let me finish catching up while I'm waiting on this iron to heat up. Laura says, Jaja, I've been working on it since January. I just wanted to be finished, but I have more to do. I can only work for a little bit, need to rest. I'm still trying to regain my, just take your time, Laura. You'll get it done and you'll be so happy when it's finished. And then Janice says, oh, I see. It's 2 of you with 2 cameras. Yes. So you can see what we're working on. And then Laura says, those roses are beautiful. Uh-oh, that just jumped. And then Janet said, the blue roses made me realize it. And then Laura says, Katie, I hang roses upside down and dry them. I have some from 20 to 30 years ago. Wow. No, I don't want any of that. Let me show them your sushi plate.
Oh, I already got one in my heart.
He's already got one in his mouth. All right, you can take your raw fish away.
Squid.
That's squid.
Squid. Salmon.
Shrimps.
No.
No. Katie, Stargate was my family favorite for a long time, says Laura. Jenny says she just binge watched Bridgerton. You know, I've watched a couple seasons of Bridgerton, and I'm like, I don't know if I like it or dislike it. I can't decide. Misty says, hey, lady, been a while. Yes, it has, Misty. And this channel keeps jumping every time I read something. Laura says, I have learned from my organizational adventure is that I have way too much fabric for one person. And then Janice says, I am a mini junkie. And then Rippet says she's watching recap of Pipeline. I think I've seen Pipeline, I think. And then Janice says the cameras are diagonal of each other. I was so confused. Yeah, it's the way. Sometimes you'll see it vertical where they're all in one row. But tonight, for some weird reason, YouTube's doing them different. I don't know why. And then Rippet says, yummy. And then Judy says, Laura, the person who has the most fabric wins. That's, yeah, I don't have what y'all have. Y'all sound like you have so much. And then Nina says, Laura, there is no such thing as too much. Y'all are making me laugh. Y'all are so great. All right, I'm supposed to be ironing this block.
Sir, want some?
No, take that away.
Chicken.
You and the little one eat it. That's what I bought it for, was you two. I also got her some Amazon. I opened the freezer and she stands at the freezer like, Mom, are you going to give me any Amazon? It's too comical.
Whoever's watching Bridgerton, I'm watching that too. I have one episode. I just have episode 8 left. I'm a fan of Bridgerton. I was a fan of Downton Abbey also.
Your block is super. I'm so excited to see how it comes out, Chaunda.
Get these seams nice and flat.
It's looking great.
I was saying on one of my videos, I was saying that I really like this year how they put the blocks are together. And the first Sewcialite, you had to complete all the blocks were scattered in the final layout. So if you wanted to start sewing your rows together early, like you couldn't.
Yeah.
So I like that the blocks are sequential in the layout this time.
Okay, I need to cut these. Draw a diagonal line on the wrong side of fabric piece. Oh, we're making the half triangles first, which is going to be this and this. A lot of husbands would disagree about too much fabric left out loud. You know, that's something that Nikolai's not even said anything about. And really and truly, mine was excessive for a little while, but I haven't really bought a lot of fabric in the past, what has it been, year and a half now, Chaunda?
Been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. And it's only because things are so strange right now. And things are pricey on top of it. Like I realized the other day, I'm like, when I finish using all my yellow, I will have none left. That's how low I'm getting of yellow. And I didn't realize I was using so much of it, but apparently I have.
I just have a little bit of yellow.
Yellow goes really good with when you're doing batiks and you're using certain darker colors like purples and blues and turquoises and stuff. It seems like yellow makes it pop even more, and that's what I like about the yellow, is it really brings out the darker colors.
All right, she is done.
All right, let me spotlight you and you'll show yours first and then I'll show mine next. Or not. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh, I knocked a bunch of fabric off my laptop. Hang on, let me spotlight you. Oh, that looks wonderful. Look at you. Wow. You know what? If you do all your blocks in this amazing way there, you're gonna have a beautiful quilt top when it's done. I love it.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. I like it. I like this block.
It did. It looks wonderful.
And pretty simple. I was able to cut it out and sew it together in what, an hour?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good on this. You've already, I take it you've already done the other block, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I've got to sew the other block. That's what I'm gonna mess with now. So we've only been live, what? Let me see. Gosh, just an hour and not even an hour and 15 minutes yet. We're rolling with the blocks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's seen Chaunda's. They may, let's see. Uh-oh. The channel's moving too fast. Let me unspot, and now I'm going to spotlight mine so you can see mine. And mine is block 2, and mine is batiks.
Oh, that came out good, Katie.
Yeah, look at that. That light turquoise really looks nice with it, doesn't it?
That came out good.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. Y'all are faster today. No messing around, says Ribbit. Chaunda, Laura says, Chaunda, that's beautiful. Misty says, that looks amazing to you, Chaunda. And then Laura says, my husband is my greatest worst enabler. He always encourages me to just get it. I love him. Hang on, let me backtrack here. Janice says, beautiful to you, Chaunda. Sylvia says the same thing for your block. Misty says, I haven't been sewing or anything since the last time I was on here with you. Haven't bought anything either, but my sewing room is packed full. You got to get back into sewing, girlfriend. And then Janice says, my husband is so supportive of my sewing and fabric purchasing. And then Jaja says, I just got an email from Fat Quarter Shop for a sneak peek of, I did too. And I just haven't gone to read the blog yet. And then Laura says, I have fabric stashed in every corner, closet, and under the bed storage. Honestly, if there's a nick or cranny, I found fabric in it. Fortunately, y'all understand. Yep. Okay, let me take myself off of spotlight here.
That's Katie's block 2. This is my block 2.
Yeah. Oh, wait, let
We
me
both
spotlight too.
red.
Ooh, wee. Hang
Yeah,
on.
we both decided to use red and blue without talking to each other.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Because we didn't talk about what
Mhm.
color we were going to use in each of our
Mhm.
blocks.
Nope. So when you held up your block, the colors you were using, I was like, that's so weird that we use some of the same colors. It
Mm-hmm.
just I used green over here and you used a different blue.
Yeah, it's a paler blue I use. Yeah, isn't it crazy? It looks beautiful, Sonda. Now I just need to get my first block finished sewing. I'm working on that now. So what do you want to work on while you're waiting on me to finish mine?
Oh, let's see. What can I work on over here? I'm gonna find something. I'm in flux right now because I've been reorganizing my yarn. I was my fabric was pretty organized, but my yarn was not, and it was like everywhere, and I barely had room to move, and it was like all crowded around me. And so yeah, I had to so that's what I've been working on. So I have to find something. I have to find a quote project to work on.
Laura says, great minds think alike, Shonda.
I know.
Isn't that funny how we just that happened?
Mhm. When, I, when you when you
Who the
when you
fuck
held
we
up
were on
the
the
design
same?
board, and I was like, oh my gosh, we used almost the same colors.
Yeah. You remember that one night we had a live when all of us had red, some type of red shirt on?
I know.
And people were like, did y'all plan that? I'm like, no.
No.
It didn't even occur to me to say, hey, let's wear the same color shirt. We just happened to that night. It was crazy. That really looks really wide to me, but it's not. It's correct. Shonda, I'm a bit envious of your recent yarn haul, says Laura.
Yeah, there were just some yarns that I had really been eyeing and that I wanted, and I just decided to get some.
Those were some big Karen cakes. I've never bought a. I don't think I. I don't know. I have to look in my yarn stash and see if I even have any Karen. I know I have those regular skeins you can buy of Karen, the really soft ones, but I don't know that I've ever bought a cake. I don't think. I'll have to look and see for sure, but because I don't think I have one. Oh, oh, that was strange. My needle just fell out of its thing. That's the first time I've had that happen. I must not have had it tightened on here right. Probably because of when I cleaned it yesterday, because I cleaned it on the live. Or no, or I don't know if it was on the live or if it was on Williams. I did it. I don't remember. Why is this weird? Shonda, show me your shirt, says Rip It.
Are you sure? It says black energy.
Love it. Nikolai brought home, you know, the buttons, these buttons, Shonda, these ones.
Oh, yes, yes.
He brought home a bunch of them. I'm gonna mail them to all of you guys.
Yeah, Laura, it was fun buying them. It was not so fun figuring out where to put them. But it's nice. I mean, it's not exactly how I would want it, but it definitely looks better now. It's over there. It's put up. I can see it, or like I can see some of it, so I'm all right.
I don't know what's the deal here. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it.
I took a little before video, so when I'm done, I want to take a little after video, and then I'll show you guys what I ended up doing. Okay, something easy to sew. Something easy. Oh, I know.
Maybe there might be something wrong with, why can't I see? I'm having trouble right this minute. I'll bear with me for a minute. There's some reason why I can't thread this needle. Oh, I can see it now. You usually don't have trouble with it. If not, I can always put a new one in here. Oh, he went in finally. I don't know what his deal was, but that was weird. Okay. Now we're going to sew these. Chaunda, I know space is always concerned. I love sewing and crocheting, and I have problems finding space for everything, says Laura. And then
Oh my God.
Jen, it's good to see you. She says, I'm finally thinking of doing the project. What fabrics did you ladies choose? That is a hard part for me. Chaunda, you want to tell her what you're using?
Yeah, I decided to step outside of my box. I normally I consider most of what I do controlled scrappy because I use a fabric line that already exists. So I'll use a layer cake or a jelly roll or a fat quarter bundle. So I know everything is gonna match. But this time what I'm doing is in QuiltCon at 2024 was in Raleigh, and I live near there. And so I had gotten 2 fabric bundles. I had gotten this fabric bundle from Juicy Juice called Nona or Nana. And then I had gotten this random, actually it was it was a fat 8th bundle. And then I got this random collection of fat 16ths that had all kinds of different colors. And so I just took those 2 bundles and put them together because I thought they would work. I pulled out the colors that wouldn't, and then I'm just making a completely scrappy quilt. So I kind of separated everything by color. So this little baggie has like my yellows and oranges in it. This little baggie has like my blues. You know, this little baggie has my greens. And then I have my reds in this one. And then in here, I have my pinks. And then what I'm doing is as the blocks come up, I'm just choosing fabrics that I think will go together well in the block. And that's how I chose to do mine. I'm doing white background, so I don't have to worry about anything competing against each other. So that's kind of how I chose to go about my Sewcialites journey. So because I know I have too much. And then I had found these kind of random, not random, but this collection of matching fat quarters in my stash. So if I don't like something or if I want something different, I can use these. And if I don't use them in the top, I can always piece them into the back. I'll probably piece all of the leftover fabrics into one quilt back because I love me a good quilt back. I mean, a pieced quilt back. Because I don't like using fabrics more than once. Once I make a quilt with the fabric, I don't want to use it again. So whatever I have left over, I like to piece it together and put it in my backing. Yeah, Laura, I'm organized when it comes to some things, but in general, I am not. I'm a very messy person, but I'm very organized when it comes to certain things. And one of those things is like if I'm doing a project like this, if I'm not organized, I won't be able to complete it, and I don't want to not be ready when Katie's ready. So I'm like, let me just make sure I'm good to go here.
Yeah, you're a lot organized, more organized than me. You know me, I choose my colors on the fly, which was earlier today. Let's see. Janice says, fun fact, there is a quilting and sewing category on Whatnot, live selling 24/7 fabric and notions, laugh out loud, since everyone has so much space for fabric. And then she says, I have a referral link if you want $15 to spend there. I don't personally sell quilting supplies though. Chaunda, you're so organized. And then Rippet says, we have friends who sell there, Janet, good luck. And yeah, I don't go on Whatnot either.
I've never even heard of Whatnot.
It's another platform for selling stuff on. And I don't know about you, but I can barely keep up with the platforms I'm actually on. And I don't know that I want to spend money on a platform that I know nothing about. I'll stick to quilt shops or, you know, friends I know like Andy and Mona. Where is my, I have to fix something, you guys. I ran into a problem over here. Laura, Mona did what is going to, wait. Mona did what is going to do whatnot. That's what she said this. Oh, she's going to. Yeah, I won't get on whatnot. No thanks. Chaunda, we may have been sisters in another life. I'm organized in every aspect of my life except my crafting area. I'm all over the place. Creative minds and all. That's to you, Chaunda.
Yep. And I'm actually the opposite. I'm very organized in my creative life. I mean, let me take it back. I'm organized as far as I know where things are, but I'm very messy all the time. Like you guys can't like
You have no idea.
just piles. See if you could see around my craft area, is literally just piles, piles, piles. But my actual projects are all very organized. Like so everything is in one of these and anything that's a whip that I'm actively working on is organized, but my actual space is not, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I am a hot mess all the time.
It's okay to be a hot mess.
It's gonna have to be, Katie, because
If you saw what my desk looked like last night before I got done with what I was working on last night, or I had stopped, I think, at some point. And and I realized, my God, my desk is chaos because it's just so much. There was pieces of paper from paper piecing and small pieces of fabric. And I sat there on the live last night and I cleaned my whole desk off, you know, of all that chaos. And then I cleaned the inside of my machine out.
nice.
And I about fell over when I started pulling out the fuzzies in there. I'm like, oh, I just cleaned my machine like 2 weeks ago. And
It doesn't take much.
No, it was crazy how much stuff was in it. And then wondering, you know, it's like usually if I notice that the feed dogs are not, sometimes you can tell there's something wrong with the feed dogs, it's because there's dust bunnies sitting in it. And this Janome will let you know about it in a hot minute. It's like, okay, I got junk in my feed dog, so I'm not going to pull the fabric through like I usually do. Because I just let the feed dogs do all the work, you know?
Yeah, me too. I'm not trying to be pulling and tugging.
Yep.
Plus you can knock your timing off.
That's what I figured. If you sitting there force feeding it, you'd probably ruin it. All right, let me cut these in half and we'll have this part done. Oh, I don't even have a rotary cutter up here right now. That's interesting. Hey, I can't. Oh. So what is this one you're putting together now?
So this is I guess I should get my block and frame, trying to put it together. This is from a quilt along that I never finished that I'm endeavoring to at least try to get some of the blocks done. This was one of the Bonnie Hunter mystery quilts from it's called Frolic.
Mm-hmm.
And she did this sew along either 2020 or 2021, I believe. And it was just a lot of sewing and I gave up on it, but I kind of want to get it done.
I think that's going to be, I love your colors. That is going to be a cool looking block.
It is, it's a lot going on.
Still going to look pretty.
I have to have a sample block over here because if not, I'll never be able to get this together.
Yeah. I bet I just gave somebody a heart attack because that blade looked awful close to my finger. I have a feeling we're going to have a windy night, aren't we, honey? Because it's roaring outside. You know, he was really tired yesterday when he got home.
I bet.
He
Very
said,
what he does.
yeah, he said he'd never been so sick of airports. I'm hoping flying will be much easier because our airport, when he come home yesterday, that was the last time he would have come through Narsarsuaq. When he flies back to work, he's going to be leaving here from our new airport.
Oh, is it done?
Yeah, it'll be opening on April 16th.
Nice.
For flights.
Would that make his life easier?
Yeah, especially if the weather's being crappy, no more hotel stay. He can just stay at home.
Nice.
And there's plenty to do here in this town compared to Narsarsuaq. I mean, when you get stuck in Narsarsuaq, there ain't nothing to do. I mean, you can go hiking and stuff, but that's it. There's no kind of like stores. There's one store in Narsarsuaq. One. And the hotel's so, pricey. You're like, I don't want to spend money in the hotel.
Gosh, I lost my camera. I forgot to plug it in.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Right now you're showing us. I figure you fix it. I just realized it was down to 3.
Yeah, I've got to.
Janet says, I'm so excited to find Quilting Lives exist. Well, welcome. And she's saying, nice to meet y'all. Hey, Jan, it's good to see you. Who else came slipping in here I didn't see? Well, I thought I had everybody sit. Yeah. All right. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to give you the answer to the poll. So if you haven't voted on the poll, you can guess. If you don't know the answer, just guess, because it's basically you just need to keep up with the right answer. That's all you got to do. Because that'll be for the drawing. Chaunda,
Yes,
I got another email from YouTube today. And it says, you have hit 350,000 views.
Nice.
It was just 2 days ago they hit 300,000. I don't understand that.
Well, sometimes once you catch in the algorithm, you'll hit a clip where you'll just keep growing like that.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm like, someone says one day you're going to have 1 million, and I don't even want to think of that. I know Andy hit a million views. I don't know when it was, but it was I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. She hit a million views, and I'm like, wow. And then one of the homestead, I think it was Curmudgeon. He just hit a million views too. So something's going on with the algorithm. People are starting to hit their little big milestones. All right, we got the half square triangles almost ready to go, and then I can start the rest of the time to do hourglasses next, because the center of this block is going to be easy. You know what, Chaunda? Did you find the middle of it? Which part did you like the best of the block you made?
Which one? I made both of them.
On your Idyllic.
I actually liked making the little hourglasses.
Yeah, I like making hourglasses too.
I normally wouldn't make them that way because that's the one at a time way. I would normally, do the kind where you'd make 4 at a time, but it was kind of neat making this way.
Yep. Laura says, Jan, the quilting community is absolutely the best. And then Janet says, yes, Laura, I list on eBay too, but I've made Whatnot my primary platform for this year. Will be setting up at the flea market all summer too. I want to be done with all this selling by 2027. And then Sylvia says, Katie, you're very generous. It's because you guys are so good to me. And then Janice says, well, I have no idea how I ended up here. You got my view. Thank you so much. And then Janice says, can you share some of your quilty friends channels? Yeah, hang on. Let's see if I can remember. So we have, I thought I saw Sherry in here earlier from Sherry Yurden. Let's share her channel. We'll share Chaunda's first. This is Chaunda's, who is on the live with me tonight, sewing the Sewcialites with me. We're doing this together as a collaboration. Hello, Maggie. Welcome, welcome. And then I'll share Sherry's. Ooh, that was long. And this is Sherry Yurden's. Let me see who else is in here. And if you're a channel creator, please share your channel. Exclamation selfie. All right, wake up, bot. I have a lot of people that I watch, believe it or not. There's
I'm gonna be putting something in the mail to you this weekend, Katie.
You're sending me something?
I am. I'm gonna send you.
What are? Aw, you're sending me that?
Yeah, I'm sending you a neck light.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for that. Gosh, y'all are so, yeah. Y'all talk about me being generous. Y'all are generous. Thank you, Chaunda. Now I got sidetracked.
Sorry.
No, don't say sorry. I'm just trying to. I thought we had some channel creators in here today. Oh, there's Rip It. Put her in there. Hey, you know what? We only have one moderator in here right now. Unless Sherry's here listening. If you're a channel creator, type exclamation selfie. You hear me talk about can't see half the time. I told Nikolai while we're in Denmark, we're going to see what kind of lighting situations I can come. I'm definitely going to look for some grow lights too. To grow plants, vegetables in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yep, because I have during the summer months I have all these windows, but I want to grow some in the bathroom too because our bathroom's humongous. So I want to take advantage of growing things in there during the summertime. Summertime. Okay, we got the half square triangles made here. So now I think I'm going to move on along and make the hourglass blocks. So that means I need to cut A squares on the diagonal and D squares on the diagonal. So we got all of these right here. Okay. And I need my little thingy.
I saw a good price recently on Aurifil thread, but I didn't need any. They were selling quiltingaday.com was selling 2 spools of the Dove for $25.
What?
And it was
some Dove.
Yep, and it was free shipping.
Oh, it wouldn't have been free shipping over here, but
no, not for you.
Yeah, not for me, unfortunately, but man, I just can't believe the price of it right now. It's crazy. But
And since they're located in California, there's no sales tax, so it's literally just $25 even for two skeins.
Wow. That's awesome that you found someplace like that.
Yeah, like I said, I don't need any, so I didn't buy any, but just wanted to put that out there if anybody was looking for thread.
Got these chopped up. I need to keep chopping up here. Try to do 2 at a time. This one I might can get away with doing 2 at a time. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Let us know in the chat. And I'll catch up with the chat in just a second. I need to cut these because I have to concentrate because this ruler is being weird today. Keeps moving. It's probably because this rotating wheel thing, whatever you call it, the surface is kind of slick.
So Jen says she saw you in a channel the other night. It was with a guy, but she can't remember his name. This very talented guy. She said she subbed, but now she can't find him. So were you sewing with Sean the other night, or?
I was sewing with Sean the other morning, if that's who you're talking about. Oh man, I have to recut.
Is he the guy who sews?
Yeah, it was the guy who sews. It was probably Sean. The guy who sews. That's the name of his channel. Hang on, I'll be right back. What size is those supposed to be? 3.5. This moved on me, so I'm gonna have to stand up and cut, and just don't use that rotating wheel. Good thing I didn't do that to my other blue one. All right, let me cut these.
Karen Janet says my babes built me 4 16-foot raised garden beds last spring. Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be building some raised beds outside too. We got the soil already. I just need to buy the lumber.
So she's got 2 full beds of garlic right now. That's a lot of garlic.
Wow. I bet with that much garlic, how do you store it? I mean,
Well, it looks like she's planning to freeze dry it because her next comment says, my profits from Whatnot right now are being stashed by a freeze dryer. So are you going to freeze dry the garlic?
Sounds like it.
Sean's channel is The Guy Who Sews.
Yes, the guy. Hang on, I'll share his link. Actually, hang on, because I do have his link. Exclamation Sean.
Oh, Mona got it. Mona said she's back and she dropped
Thank
the
you,
link.
Mona. And Mona, please share your channel too, please.
Absolutely. Oh, so you're going to make your own garlic powder. Stop it. Stop it.
All this talent we got in this channel.
Ugh. You know how much garlic I use?
Probably as much as I do. I love garlic and everything. Just about. I need to turn this more. Okay. Uh-oh, that didn't cut all the way through. That's not good. This block is going to give me grief today, I think, because I need to change my rotary cutter blades, I think. And I'm using a dark color fabric that's hard to see.
That's when that neck light come in handy, Katie. I use it in my quilting sometimes. Crochet.
There we go. Now I can do something. All right. Sunday will join you and Sherry for Alice's one. Maggie says Sunday will join you and Sherry for Alice's Wonderland so long. I'm already on block 39, loving this quilt so much, can't stop. Oh, I'm glad you're gonna come. Now I'm all bougie and love cucumber water. Janet said they had nonstop tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers last year. Yeah, the thing is with tomatoes like warm air, and I'm still looking for tomatoes that can be grown in northern climates where the chillier nighttime doesn't mess with it so much. But I'll grow some of them. I definitely will be growing cherry tomatoes on inside the house because I have been successful at that before. But I want to grow some heirloom ones too because I like that. I love their strong taste. Janet says she's north and in Western New York. Nice. I've been to New York about 4 times. No, yeah, 4 times. Other than when I have to fly through it. I've flown through it multiple times, but I've actually visited it 4 different times. All right, let's get this hourglass block made, and then all we'll have left to do after that is the little 4 patch. And Chaunda, I'll be right back. I'm going to fill up my cup.
Definitely never tried dried spicy cherry tomatoes. But I don't think I've ever had a tomato I didn't like, so I'm sure I like it. Now, I'm not one of those folks that eats
orange or yellow ones?
so I'm not putting tomato on bread at all by itself, but I will eat the tomato by itself, just not on bread by itself.
I like to take cherry tomatoes and cut them in half, salt them, and then throw a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise in there and mix it all up and eat it like that. I'm strange.
I just like to eat them by themselves a lot of
But I do like tomato sandwiches too. Yes. Jaja says, Katie is the lady on the top left here, and Chaunda is her friend in the bottom right. Yeah, it's me and Chaunda. You just can't see Chaunda at the moment.
You can only see my hands.
Yeah, she's got a camera watch so you can see what she's doing because, yeah, she's letting y'all see what she's doing. I need to change feet. Sorry, I had walked out to get something to drink. All right, let's start sewing this hourglasses. These two blues are, remember that boutique I showed a while ago where it was really dark blue on one side and then on one portion of it, and then it switched to this really vibrant green, so that by the time you got to the other end of the on the other side of the fold, it was this really vibrant green color.
Yeah, I do remember you showed. Yeah, I remember you showing it to me.
This blue is from parts of that, and it is so deep and vibrant to look at. And the camera doesn't even really show how vibrant it really is. It's gorgeous. And I think it's going to go really well with this light turquoise.
That's how I like my stuff to look. Nice. I like nice, vibrant colors that pop.
Yeah, me too. That's what I love about boutiques. Jaja says, I don't have any in-person sewing friends. I don't either. Mona says hi to Sherry. And Janet says, we moved out to the country 3 years ago and I'm far away from quilting friends now. I live in a foreign country where I have no one to quilt with. YouTube has been a blessing. Don't you think so, Chaunda?
Absolutely. Because I used to, everything I did was alone, and so
Yeah.
that was why I ended up starting the channel, because I was just like tired of sewing by myself, being by myself, no feedback, no nothing.
Sometimes hearing feedback helps you get yourself collected,
Mm-hmm.
This community is really good to all of us. Hello, Shirley. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. And hey, Rita. What's up, girlfriend? What time is it? Oh, it's almost time to give the answer to the poll. So when you hear the answer, don't forget to write it down. This will be question number 2. Yesterday was, I introduced the first question yesterday. And this is all part of the, what do you want to call it? I don't even know what to call it. It's not a contest. It's more like, I want to call it a scavenger hunt where you have to, have answers to questions, And since I like asking questions, which y'all know I love doing. And anyone can compete or play in this game. Laura said, sorry, I had to step away. My dad needed my help. Joshua says, actually, I lied. I do have an in-person sewing crafting friend, but she moved to Idaho a couple years ago. Aw.
Yeah, that would suck. I'd be devastated.
Sewing Wolf says, call it a quiz. Okay, that's a good idea, Sewing Wolf. Thank you. And hello there. How are you? I can't, it's like when we had these friends that we would go study the Bible with here in this town. And about 3 years ago, they moved back to Denmark, and it hurt watching them leave because we had quite a relationship going on with them. And he's like, well, you can always study with some of these other people. I'm like, nope, I am done. Me and Nikolai can study at home. We don't, yeah. She says, great. And how are you? I'm doing good. Nikolai's home. So that's always makes me feel better.
What was that?
Sewing Wolf.
Share with the photo, flowers.
No, I'm kind of doing something right this minute. She just came in. I really don't have a quilty, crafty friend near me, says Laura. I'm just glad we have each other when we don't have people right, living close by.
Right.
YouTube is my quilty, crafty community, says Laura. Yes, it is. I'm glad to see you here tonight, Laura.
I'm always glad to see Laura.
Definitely.
She
When she's
cracks
not
me
here,
up.
I start worrying about her. You know who has disappeared is Robin Marie.
She did, but she just she commented on one of my posts recently, and that was like the first time I had seen her in a minute.
Yeah, so I hope she's okay. Because I know she was.
It was today or yesterday. She commented on one of my posts.
Oh, okay. Because she was working on EPP stuff, and I wanted to see where she was on hers. Because she was getting closer to putting it all together. Hey, Kathleen, welcome, welcome. She says, no one is ever late. Wait, I got to back that up because I just missed everything she said. She says, I'm so late, but we'll watch the beginning later. Still have not decided on my fabric or size, says Kathleen. Well, I hope you'll get on it soon. Katie, I'm glad that I could be here tonight. Me too, Laura. Me too. Three minutes and I'll be talking about that question number 2 poll. What do you think the answer is? Did you vote?
I did not because I had no idea. I couldn't tell you what I
You
had.
didn't even want to guess?
I couldn't. My memory is really bad.
Let me see what the percentage is saying right now. Wow. It's pretty interesting. Katie, are you doing block 1? Yes, I've already finished. Chaunda is on the lives. She's been doing she's doing the odd numbers on the live, and I'm doing the odd numbers. I just didn't do my odd number today or yesterday because Nikolai came home and I got sidetracked. So I had already finished my block number 2 on the live, and I'm just working on this one now. But we're going to both re-show our blocks at the end of the live. How are you doing, by the way, Chaunda? Are you getting hungry or anything?
I am okay right now.
Okay, I'm just checking on you because you came in right after work. You have something to munch on?
I don't, but I can always run
Uh-oh.
upstairs and grab something if I need to.
Okay, because usually you have to snack.
I know. I
You
didn't
see
have
what my husband put in front of me?
daughter. I didn't have time to get a snack. I didn't have time to do any of the stuff I would normally do. That's why I was so ticked at her for making me late.
He put pretzels up here for me to munch on. Hey, Dubrovka. How are you? Laura says, my time is not always my own. As most know, my husband and I are caregivers to my 87-year-old father, and both of us have multiple health issues. We do our best. And then Laura says, Katie and Chaunda are two of my favorite creators in one place. Win-win. Oh, thank you for that. And Rita says, just yours looks so different than the one I did. Maybe made me wonder if I'd done the block run wrong. I really hope I'm not doing it wrong, but I don't think I am. You're just probably seeing me do it in a weird way. Yeah, I'm doing it. I should be fine. Man, don't give me a heart attack there. I hope not. Prayers, Laura, to you both. We were going to go walk on the lake tomorrow, on Sunday. But with the wind, we could forget it now, unless it ceased, stops before we go, by the time we get up tomorrow. Because, there's snow on the ice. Well, now that the wind's blowing, it may not have any snow on it. Katie, what is the name of the, what is the name of the collab with Sean? Oh, it's called Star Climber. Yeah, it's I'll put it out here where y'all can see it while I'm working on this block. I had it up here behind me because I'm working on it. I've gotten quite a bit done on it so far. Yeah, it's called Star Climber. It's coming along. Can everybody see that? Yeah. Star Climber. Yep, that's the name of it. Rita says, no, Katie, I am having a heart attack thinking I did it wrong, but I have the print out, so I am so confused. Just hang on. Have you already posted a picture of it over on your channel?
Which block is she doing? Is she talking about?
She's talking about block number 1. Because she's watching what I'm doing. And I'm doing mine probably in an unconventional way. I don't know.
Rita, if you post the block in your on your channel, then we can see it.
Yeah, put it on your community tab so we can see it.
I popped over there, but I can't see, but it's not over there. But
Yeah.
if you oh, you did a video.
Did you post a video? She said I did both 1 and 2, fixing to put together 3 fun.
Okay, I see them. I see the videos. Let's see if I can check this out.
Yeah, because I'm kind of trying to catch up here. And Jen says, I love, see. Jen says, oh yeah, I love that. And then she's talking about doing a video. I watched 1 or 2. I think I watched you do the video of the block number 2, but I don't know if I saw the first one or not.
Yeah, I don't see the video for the first one. I just see the video for the second one.
Yeah, I saw it for the second one too. Hey, Laura Lee. She says, hi, Katie and everyone. I am coming in late. I am not subscribed to Chaunda's channel. Can you put up her link? Yes, I can. Let me get it up for you. You're about to get another subscriber. Jaja says she hasn't seen Andrea anywhere today. Knowing Andrea, she's probably sleeping and will probably post live. I mean, post her videos after we're all trying to go to sleep. Because I know she's has weird hours like I do. Rita says, let me go look. Hold on, she said. That was from Rita, Chaunda. Still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just you're not very loud right now.
Yeah, so the way I had the way my cameras were set up is every time I would talk, it would show where I'm not located.
Oh, got ya.
Because I normally like to use my earbuds because I can hear you better and I feel like that you better. But then when I use my earbuds, it every time I talk, it shows my machine.
I thought that Andrea got discharged from jury duty. Unless she got chosen again for a different one.
Oh, this block is so tedious.
Yeah, but it's going to be gorgeous, Chaunda.
Shit. Excuse me.
It's okay. Like I said, they don't penalize you except when you say it in the first 3 seconds of a live.
Yeah, I always try to make sure it's after 6 if I'm going to let one go.
Yep. And we're going to stop for a minute so I can give the answer to this. All right, everybody, get your pens and paper out. All right, let's talk about this question. When did Katie fly to Greenland for the first time? Now, when I flew to Greenland, it was before, first of all, I'd never been across the pond. Secondly, it was before I got married. And third, I flew over there so that I could see, so that me and Nikolai could see how my asthma would react to winter times in Greenland. So 40% of you chose August 2011. And I get why you probably chose that because that is a date that I have talked about multiple times, but it's for a different reason. Then 12% chose December of 2010. 35% chose September of 2009. And 14% chose February. So I'm going to tell you what all these dates have in common. Let's start with September 2009. September 2009 is when Nikolai asked me to be his girl and we would start dating. Because you've heard me talk about this. And then let's go to February 10th of 2010. On Valentine's Day, he asked me to marry him 16 years ago. On December 2010, which was a few months later, he flew me to Greenland for the first time to visit Greenland. And I flew in the middle of I got here in the middle of December and I left in the middle of January. And when I left in January, we were married because we got married on January the 2nd of 2011. August the 11th is when I actually moved to Greenland permanently. So y'all heard Rufus said it was a trick question. Well, I want to see who was paying attention. So 12% of you out of 43 votes got the right answer. So the answer is December of 2010 is when I flew to Greenland for the first time and across the pond for the first time. So there's your answer. So make sure you write it down. December 2010 is the answer to question number 2.
I wouldn't have remembered that if it was my own life. was my own personal life, I still wouldn't have known all of those dates.
We have lots of dates. It's crazy. That there is, and it's easy for me to keep up when I moved here because like this August will be 15 years I've been here. My granddaughter turns 15 in December. So these two are tied together because I didn't get to see her born because it was too close to when I had moved here.
Yeah. I can tell you, Adrian and I started dating. It was around Veterans Day of 2018. And that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Somewhere around Veterans Day.
So how many years have you two been married now?
We're not married.
Oh, you're not. Sorry. For some, I should never assume that, right? Oh, so you two been together under the same roof together for a long while.
Yeah, we moved in together.
That's how my oldest daughter started out. She lived with her husband for a long time before they finally decided to get married.
It was
Rippet says I was wrong.
Yeah, August of 20.
She says trick. Hey, like I said, you just need to know what the right answer is for the form. And now you know what the right answer is. I kind of lost some of what you said, Chaunda.
No, I just said that we moved in together. It was August of 2019, but I could not tell you a specific date. But it was August.
Oh, okay. So you've been together since 2018. So it's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you've been together 8 years.
Yeah.
And so it'll be 9 years in August.
Is it?
Yep. Anytime you can stay together past 2 years says something. Or past what some people label the 7-year itch.
Oh, pain in the butt.
Rita says, good grief, I put block 1 and 2 on the same video. Oh, I need to go rewatch that video again because I couldn't. I remember seeing you do block 2, but I, for some reason, don't remember seeing block 1. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it again. Maybe I fell asleep when I was watching it because I was watching it on the big TV. Or it could have been when Nikolai was calling me one. I don't know. I don't remember when I was actually watching it. But I did comment on it. I'm almost sure I did. Because you had a pretty block. Well, is yours, now that you went and looked, does it look like it's supposed to now that you went and looked for it? So tomorrow's question is going to be about Greenland. I'm kind of going to rotate Greenland questions with mine and Nikolai's dates. And I gave you information tonight about those other dates, and those other dates are going to come into play in a question. Here and there, they're going to be in there. Just letting you, I'm giving you a hint. If you try to remember what I said about those 4 dates, there will be questions about them other 3 dates. She says, looks like the printout. Okay, then it should be fine. Mine might look different because of the way I'm doing it.
Sometimes the colors that you choose will make the block look completely different.
Yep.
I don't know if this is a personal question or not, but has anybody in the chat tried a GLP-1? Because I'm about to try one.
Try what?
A GLP-1.
What is that?
Like Ozempic.
Oh, for the weight.
Wegovy.
Myra's on it.
want to know. I just got I did a 30-day prescription. I mean, I could have did it through my doctor. And I'm if I like it, I'm gonna do it through my doctor. But I just wanted to do a quick trial. So I went on the Row website and I'm doing a 30-day trial of the Wegovy pill. And I just want to know if you guys had tried any of these and what you thought.
I heard the pill is supposed to be more because they did a I think I was watching or no, I think I also read about it. That pill form, they did a long study on it and they have most everybody that's done the pill form is slowly dropped weight over time. But have you noticed, see like Myra's lost weight and Myra started out with a gastric band and she still
I did a sleeve. I did a sleeve back in 2015.
Yeah.
And I lost some weight from it, but most of the weight that I lost was hard work. Like I did the sleeve. Like I know a lot of people had surgery and they just lost like 100 pounds. I had surgery, I lost like 15 pounds. And then I just had to eat right and exercise. And I was going to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week. And I lost a lot of weight. And then menopause hit. Well, first the pandemic hit. And I started gaining weight during the pandemic. And then I lost it. And I got down to like 198 pounds. And then menopause hit. And now I'm sitting at 230. And I cannot get this friggin' weight off. I cannot get it off. It's not going anywhere. And the only way I can get my weight to move is if I do fasting, which I don't mind doing. But some days, if I'm stressed out, I can't fast because I'll be hungry. So I just want something to help me fast.
Rita, I am doing block number 1. It is not different.
This is what my block 1 looks like.
Yeah, let me spotlight you.
So does your block kind of look like a star?
Mine? I haven't even got mine together yet. I'm working on it now, doing the hourglass, but let me lay these out.
Yeah, I was worried about the nausea, Jaja. That's something that I was concerned about. So that's why my pills came in the mail yesterday, but I didn't want to start today because I didn't know if I was going to go into the office or not. And then I knew I had this live and I didn't want to feel like crap. So I was going to start tomorrow. Yeah, I don't want to look sickly. I don't want to lose weight fast. I think a lot of people that lose weight really fast don't eat. I still plan to eat. I still want to get like 150 grams of protein a day. So, um, now, um, antiques from Karen Janet. So the processed foods is what I did. I did keto when I lost weight in like 2021. I just cut the um I just cut the carbs out and I cut the processed foods out and I was able to live normally and I still had the occasional cheat meal. It was very balanced, it was very sustainable, and then menopause hit and that does not work anymore. Everything that I used to do to lose weight does not work anymore.
Hi, Jess. It's good to see you. Oh, I need to take y'all spotlight. Don't. Yeah, that's Chaunda's block.
Yeah, Katie's still doing her block. It's not
Yeah, I'm
finished.
still doing mine because I didn't have time to do it earlier in the week. And I made sure to hold mine back so that she could show how to do it.
Yeah, and that's why I did block 2 offline, but I didn't post it or show it because I wanted everybody to see Katie's block first.
Yeah, and that's what we were doing. And I wanted to make sure Chaunda could show hers after she did hers, and then I started on mine. So I didn't have time to do mine earlier in the week. All right.
Yeah, I did that. I did block 2 basically as soon as it dropped. As soon as that block dropped that weekend, I just went ahead and did it. because I just don't want to get behind. And I know I go through funk sometime where I don't feel like sewing. And so I just kind of wanted to be proactive. Because I know me.
Freaked out now. Let's think of, where is my, here it is. This should be 2.5. And if it's not,
Oh, no, Rita, this is a completely, I finished my blocks 1 and 2. And so since we still had time, I'm doing a completely different project. So if you're looking at what I'm doing right now, that is not Sewcialites, and I am so sorry if I confused you.
it was Chaunda's she was referring to, not mine. So I'm like, wait, I know I'm doing it right.
Yeah, I'm working on an old whip from like 2020 or 2021.
Now that'll look like it's supposed to look.
Okay, now I've got a 9 patch. Sheesh.
I love that pinwheel in the middle of that, Chaunda. It's those colors are going to really work together. I love it.
Yeah, this was, I guess technically this is the first scrappy quilt I ever did. And it's not finished. But this is the first one I've ever tried to do. And it's going to be a labor of love when I get this done. I'm not doing the pattern as it's written because it was just way too much. So I'm just putting some blocks together, and then I will put the blocks together. I'm not doing the pattern as written.
See, I'm going to talk to the doctor about weight loss too, since she wanted to bring it up. I'm like, well, if y'all want me to lose weight, you're going to have to help. Because I'm post-menopause, or I still think I'm menopausal because I still sweat a lot. So I'm still thinking my hormones are still erratic.
I was concerned, like I didn't want to try a medication. I really did, but I'm just at that point now.
Love those colors you are both using. Let me see. I'll just say this is my confusion day, says Rita. Well, you were about to give me a heart attack because I thought I knew I wasn't doing it wrong. I thought maybe I turned the angle wrong, and I got to look and I'm like, wait, no, all this is correct. And hourglasses, I don't tend to mess up. All right. Now let me trim. I'm going to make sure these are trimmed down to the correct size, and then we'll have this part to do too. And pretty soon I'm going to have a block just like Chaunda does. And then we'll, hey, Raven, how are you? So many having issues with weight, and me, I have issues with losing all the time. You have no idea how hard it is for some of us. My weight problems stem from too many months sitting on prednisone, but prednisone was saving my life at the same time, so I can't really complain about it. You never think about what kind of side effects you're going to have from something that saved your life. And when you're an asthmatic and your asthma tries to take you out, that they do what they have to save your life. And I was pregnant with my first child when that happened, and I spent 9 months on prednisone. And when I come off of it, I had a weight problem. And come to find out, it must have destroyed whatever was keeping me thin, because I was always a small, tiny person.
I was never a
Pre-pregnancy,
small, tiny person.
yeah, I
Ever.
was. Well, I don't know if you've seen it. I'll have to show you some of my pictures. You'll see what I mean about being little.
I think you did.
Yeah, other than my shoulders, which made me probably look a little bit bigger because I'm 17, my shoulder span is 17 and a half inches, and that's pretty wide for a woman. But outside of that, I was tiny. I mean, when I graduated from high school, I was 99 pounds or 98, something like that. And then pre-pregnancy, I was 125 pounds. I'm not going to tell you what I am now.
The last time I was 98 pounds, I was probably 10 years old. When I graduated high school, I was 160 pounds at 5'1". So no, when I started high school, I was about 135. 135 was a pretty decent weight for me and how I liked my body to look.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was never skinny.
Now,
Except
do
when I was a toddler.
Yeah. Now, if I could lose the weight, do I want to be down to 125 pounds? Oh, hell no.
I would never want to be.
I would love it if I could be maybe 170 or something like that and be perfectly content with that.
Yeah, I was shooting for 175 and I was almost there.
Yep.
I got back up to like 230 and then I got down to 190. That was my lowest. And then that's
We can't hear you again.
Oh, you can't?
No. I only heard like pieces of it.
I don't know what's going on with my stuff over here. It could be my internet.
Might be. How tall are you, Rita? I remember when I was in the 6th grade, I was like 4'4" or 5. I was really short.
What
I
grade?
had the
What age?
biggest, huh?
What age was that?
When I was in the 6th grade. So I was 12. I was very short, but I had the biggest damn feet you'd ever seen. I wore a size 10 shoe. The kids would just pick on me because I had big feet. And I didn't start growing in height until I was maybe 14 or 15.
I was tall for my age. The height that I am now is the height that I've been since 4th grade. So as a 4th grader at 5'1", I was tall. By the time I graduated middle school, everybody had surpassed me.
Mm-hmm. I can remember that I had.
Rita's a shorty short.
Yeah. Dang, I was gonna say, I'm 5'6" now. You know, I don't know exactly when I finally reached that height, but my youngest sister, she's 5'11".
Oh, I wish. My mom is 5. Well, she's shrunk now, but at her peak, she was 5'10".
Yeah.
My dad was like 6'2". So I don't know how the heck I got to be so short.
And my let's see, my middle sister, she's 5'4", I think. See, but my mom was 5'2". My dad was 5'11" too. Our brother, he's my height. So he didn't get that tallness from dad. Only Karen did.
We have one shorty in every generation, it seems like. My mom is 5'10". She has a sister who's 5'6", and then another sister who's 5'2". So we got a tall, a short, and then somebody just right height, average height for a woman. And then for me, you know, my sister is average height. She's 5'5", 5'6", but I'm short. And I've got 3 kids. My son is average height for a guy. My daughter is tall for a girl, but I have another middle daughter who's short. She's like 5'2". So it's like there's one short one in every generation. It just happened to be me.
I think it's because you're away from your computer, the reason we're having trouble hearing you.
Well, I tried to move my microphone closer, but I don't think.
Yeah, can you do that? Because we can't hear a lot of what you're saying.
Let's see.
We only hear you saying something, but not exactly what you're saying. We usually don't have that trouble. Chaunda
No,
might be covering her microphone.
but I know I normally use my earbuds, so we don't have a problem.
Oh, that's what it is. So you're doing
And I'm
something different.
Yeah, so today I'm using my mic. So it
Okay.
probably wasn't picking up, and I probably have to get closer to it when I'm talking.
Now we can hear you real good.
Yeah, I'm all up in the mic right now. We're having a love fest over here, me and the mic.
I love the way you turned that love fest. I love you, girlfriend. Oh, so repeat all the things about the height of your kids, because I heard you mention the kids.
No, I was just saying we have one short person in every generation, it seems like. So I've got, 3 kids. 2 of them are normal height, and then one of them is a shorty like me. But even she's taller than me because she's like 5'2.5". So I'm like the shortest person in my family.
Hey, did you make it to QuiltCon?
I did for one day. I went one day.
Because I asked if anybody saw you, and they're all like, nope, we missed her. And I'm like, and I couldn't remember if you posted any. You posted some videos, didn't you?
Nope, I did not. No, I did not. I made one video where I talked about it, and then that was it. But I talked about other things too, not just QuiltCon.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I had a good time. I did have a good time. I don't know. I've had issues like with my mood and stuff like that, and I just wasn't gung ho as I was like when I went in 2024.
2024 was a lot of fun. I was like, I sure would love to have been there. I got like 2 emails and some posts over on my Facebook saying, one of them was from Kathleen. I don't know if you remember me talking about her. I met her because she came on a cruise ship to tour to see this town. And me and Nikolai ate with her and her husband. And then we took them around town a little bit, did things together. And then when I went to QuiltCon in 2024, she was actually at QuiltCon, and she had run into Sean, and she says, I heard Katie was going to be here. And so Sean texted me. He says, someone's looking for you that you met on a cruise ship. And I'm racking my brain because I remember that I met more than one person that was a quilter from a cruise ship. And as soon as I saw her, I knew who she was. I'm like, oh my God, that's Kathleen. It was so cool. So she sent me she posted on my Facebook. She says, we really missed you. Wish you could have been here. I'm like, I wish I could have been there too, but current circumstances as they are.
Everything is so expensive.
Rita says, wait a minute. I am not short. I am not tall. I am just right. Ha ha. And hi, Lisa. I'm sorry I didn't say hi sooner. The term is fluffy. Lisa says, I was 118 at 9 months pregnant. That's how tiny I was. 3 weeks after pregnancy, I was 99, and now I'm an elephant. Oh, don't say that.
Girl.
I think you look good. It's me that looks like that.
I mean, probably because you were used to being 99 pounds. So if you're just a regular weight, 140 pounds, you probably feel gigantic, but you're not.
It was really frustrating for me when I was that thin, because I basically made my clothes because I had such wide shoulders. I would have to modify anything I made, because when you go to the store, one size does not fit all people. And if you have no big lady parts in the front and you've got wide shoulders, you could imagine what that looked like. Flat chested with big shoulders. We lost you again on your mic, by the way.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. You're getting close to finishing that block. I can't wait to see what it looks like, Chaunda. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Lisa says, no problem. I'm not offended. Karen says, Chaunda might be covering her microphone. Oh, I already read that. Oops. I'm almost getting close enough to do this block, Chaunda. See it?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Just got to put that 4-patch in the middle of it. And which way is this 4-patch supposed to be again?
It'll be done at the same
All
time.
right, we want the darker color going like that. Ooh, it's gonna look different. All right, what's y'all's plan for the weekend? Tomorrow on the live, I have Becca, and we are going to be working on our butterflies. Now, will I have mine finished? I don't know. I'm like running behind on everything. And with QuiltCon, she might have discovered she's not finished either. I don't know, but she'll be sewing with me tomorrow. So make sure y'all come and watch me and Becca, because I don't know if tomorrow's the last time or not. Wait, hang on a second. Let me look at my calendar before I open my mouth and insert foot. Because I think we talked about doing April too. Hang on a second. Yeah, I got Becca's gonna sew with me on the 18th of April too. So we got a tomorrow sew, and then another sew in April, and then I don't know, we might be done with our project by then. Kathleen says, this weekend I plan to cross stitch and watch the Paralympics. Raven says, we have a raffle to attend for an 11-year-old who had a stroke. Wow, that's pretty young for having a stroke. Then Rita says, doing this weekend, nothing. I never do anything. Okay. And Lisa said, Lisa must be leaving. Lisa, have a good weekend. See you later.
Bye, Lisa.
Jess says, softball tournament all day tomorrow. It's the season. And Rippet says, laugh out loud, open mouth, insert foot, laugh my ass off. Y'all. That's so sad that a little kid has a stroke. Yeah, I mean, that's unheard of.
That's nuts.
I remember what I went through with my son when he would stop breathing it was constant the first 6 years of his life. And it was heck on me, because I would have to not sleep. I would, what I called cat nap, always had half awake, so listening for him. So I can't imagine what that parent's going through with their daughter.
You know what, Katie? Now that you say that, maybe some of when you don't sleep, it stresses your body and you can't lose weight. And you gain weight. So I wonder if it might not be just the prednisone.
I think that it definitely contributed to it, because I did it for 6 years. When they finally listened to me, when the morning that I had to call the ambulance because he had stopped breathing and there was stuff coming out of his mouth, and it was so scary. And when he got to the emergency room, some of the stuff they did, one of the things they did, they hurt my son. It was the awfulest experience. But finally, when the pediatrician came in and he says, tell me exactly what's been going on. I said, I've been telling you for months or for years what's been going on. My son stops breathing, and you say it's just sleep apnea. It's not sleep apnea. Something is wrong with my son, and being an asthmatic, and he stops breathing. This is not, I have to sit him up and tell him to freaking breathe. And so he sent me to a specialist in Gainesville at Shands. And when the doctor came in after the MRI, he says, you know why your son stops breathing? Because your son's adenoids are blocking 75% of his airway. And can you imagine being an asthmatic with only 25% of air getting through?
No, I cannot.
That's why he has a learning disability. After he had the surgery to fix the problem, it was like a light switch. He went from being this sickly child in and out, because he missed a lot of school because he was in the hospital more than he was out. And so when they fixed the problem, it was like a light switch. He went from being this sickly child to this healthy child. He just had issues. His ADD was part of the problem, and the learning disability, which caused problems with understanding what he reads. But he's exceptional in math. And then I had to fight.
Shame that nobody listened.
Yeah. And then you got to fight with the school system to get help for your son, because he couldn't, when you're ADD, you don't have the hyperactivity end of it, but you have the attention span disorder. He would come home when he was in the 9th grade. He came home one day and he says, Mom, I'm going to quit school. And I'm like, no, you're not. And so we sat down and I said, tell me why you want to quit school. And when he told me, I completely understood what he was saying. He was saying that the classrooms had 30 kids in it, and that none of them would shut up when the teacher was talking. The teacher would be teaching, but there was mouths going on constantly. And something as simple as a kid dropping a pencil on the floor would distract him. And he said then he would lose concentration between the constant noise of the kids talking over the teacher, and the teacher wouldn't do anything about it, and all this. And he says, Mom, I can't learn this way. And so I was talking to someone that I knew from the church. She was working in special services at the school, and I was telling her about what was going on. She says, let me get back to you on something. I think we have something that might help your son. And so I got a phone call a couple days later, and she says, I have a solution. They had something called Project Catch out there at the high school. And basically, it was a classroom to catch students who were on the verge of quitting school. And they put them in extremely small classrooms. There was maybe 10 kids, and they spent a lot of time doing schoolwork, learning work on a computer. And his whole demeanor about school changed. And I got a phone call from his teacher one day, and she says, I wanted to ask you a question. Well, tell you something, then ask you a question. She said that Thomas had blown through 3 years of mathematics on a computer in 6 weeks. And then she asked me, she says, has your son always been mathematically inclined? I said, yes. In the 2nd grade, he could still tell you the square root all the way up to 100. And I didn't teach him that. He learned that on his own. 2nd grade. Now, most 2nd graders don't know the square root to 100. And she says, well, he has caught up his math where he needs to be. But they were struggling. He was doing good in science, but he was struggling with history and English. And it didn't surprise me, because that means you have to read. Hi, Sean. Sorry I was running my mouth and didn't say hi. Hey, Sean. Was your ears burning earlier? Because someone was asking about you earlier. Laura says, sorry, I've been listening, but my son was helping me move some things in the sewing room. It's okay. I figured you were doing something. She says she hasn't been able to watch a chat, but now I have a few minutes. And then Kathleen says, my eldest also had ADD without the hyperactivity. And when they went on meds, it was like Katie's son, like a switch, and literally made the difference. And yeah, he spent, he was on meds for through I think he spent 3 or 4 years on meds, and then when he hit his senior year, he came home one day. He says, "Mom, I don't think I need the meds anymore." And I'm like, "You sure about that?" And he says, "Nope, I don't think so." And I think, sometimes kids also mature. Now right now his son has all of it, the ADHD. And Blaze is just doing way better because he's on medicine right now. And Thomas doesn't feel like he'll spend forever on the ADHD or the ADHD medicine he's on.
They wanted to medicate my middle child, and I would not let them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the right decision or not,
Well, I remember you talking about there was a period of time where you had to, and
No, I never did.
Oh, you never did?
I never did.
Oh, I thought, it was the asthma medicine you were telling me
Oh
about.
yeah. For the ADHD,
Yeah.
they wanted to medicate her for that, and I was just like, no. No.
I could tell you that we had to troubleshoot with the ADHD, the ADD medicine, because they put him on Adderall to start with. And my God, it turned him into a monster pretty much. He would be angry for no reason whatsoever. He'd smack his sisters around. So they switched him to something else, and it was like, wow, he's not the same person. He calmed down and stopped being angry and all that kind of stuff. So the Adderall didn't work for him, but now the Adderall works great for Blaze. But Thomas hasn't been on any that kind of medicine. He pretty much has, I don't think he's took any as an adult. And I don't think he really needs to, because his job really doesn't require a lot of reading anyway. So why is this block looking weird? Probably because I did something. Oh, I see what I did.
You got the hourglasses facing the wrong way?
Huh?
Was it the hourglasses you put the wrong way?
I can't hear you.
Oh. Was it the hourglass blocks?
Yeah, just one hourglass where I'm hooking the hourglass to the half square triangle. It's just this one. Yeah, the other two look fine. I must have let it move when it shouldn't have moved.
I'm going to mute myself and go back to my earbuds and see if that helps out.
Okay.
I think the problem is when my dehumidifier pops on, I think it interrupts something, because it always seems like when you can't hear me, it's when the dehumidifier is on.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
I probably just fixed this problem. Let me see here. Sean says, time for dinner. I'll chat with y'all later. Thank you for coming in, Sean. Hey, Andrea, someone was asking about you earlier too. She says, enjoy your dinner, Sean. I just put mine in the oven. And then Dubrovka says, good night, Sean. Kathleen says to Janet, some people will need them forever, and that's okay. It's like insulin. You don't grow out of type 1 diabetes. Nope, you don't.
All right, so I've switched back. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I definitely can hear you pretty good now.
Yeah. So now every time I talk, you see my machine where I'm not at. So I'll have to fix that for future lives and swap the cameras.
Okay.
But for now, we'll be all right.
If you're worried about me hearing your soul machine or everybody else hearing your soul machine while you're on your earbuds, you probably don't need to worry because I have my Zoom set where it doesn't, so it allows for noise. So you
No,
can't.
I'm not. I'm always on my earbuds. It was only today I switched.
Oh, okay, got you. Because I thought that's the first time we've had this problem.
Yeah, because it's the first time I did not use my earbuds. That's why.
Okay, okay. So that's what was different.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a
Hello,
block done.
Dan. Welcome, welcome. I'm hearing hearing the sewing machine is my favorite part. You probably haven't heard ours at all. Wow, Katie, I just noticed your nice rings. Oh, one of them's my husband's. Right now, he can't wear his rings because his hands are puffy from spending so much time with it in ocean water. So in about another week, he'll be able to wear his ring. But the other one, I don't know if you can see this one. Let me see. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Can you see that?
Spotlight it, Katie.
Oh, okay, sorry. Spotlight. Now we're doing the camera. This is special because he had,
Oh,
see the butterfly?
I do.
They're little tiny diamonds making the butterfly. Come on, camera, see this properly.
I could see it.
Look at your block. Wow.
Yep.
That's gorgeous, Chaunda.
Thank you.
Dang.
Yeah. How many more do I have to go? I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 more to go. Not today, but
Yeah.
I got 4 more to go. And once I'm done putting the blocks together, then I can send you the scraps.
Oh yeah. Send them my way. You won't hear me
Mhm.
complain.
Yep, this is the bag of scraps. But
That's
I don't want to
beautiful.
send it until I'm done with the
Yeah,
blocks.
that's fine. No problem. Even Andrea is saying, wow, that's beautiful. Jaja says pretty.
Thank you. It's a labor of love, I'll tell you that. Oh, now I'm having a hot flash. Lovely.
Gotta love when that happens. Not. The only reason you don't hear me saying I'm hot right now is because the wind that's coming from the north it's got this hot side of the house a little bit chilled. So it's like I don't have no reason to complain tonight because it's just right now. I actually have 2 fans blowing on this laptop, so it'll stay cool.
Yeah, I have a little.
I think we're gonna buy
I'll
another.
turn my fan on.
I think we're gonna buy another desktop. Okay. Chaunda, what do you think about that so far?
Let me pin it so I can see.
Think
Oh
it
yeah,
looks
that looks good.
okay. Now all I gotta do is sew horizontal and it'll be done. And what time is it now? Let's see, 8:30. Almost 3 hours. And I'm about to have that block number 2 done. Oh, Andrea says I was reacting to your ring, Katie, but Shonda's block is beautiful too.
Okay, I'm gonna pop this in with the others.
This ring with the butterfly was special made. Nikolai had shown me some pictures, and he said that the company that he had been talking to for the rings so that they could make it like that. And I'm like, oh wow. The only thing that we are a little bit worried about is there's an engraving on the inside of our rings that says always forever. The engraving is wearing off the inside of the ring. You can barely see it now. I mean, it's like almost gone. So I don't
Was
know
it
if
a
they,
softer metal?
it's an 18 karat gold ring, so it shouldn't be that
It
soft.
should, yeah, it shouldn't be.
But you can barely see it. So maybe they didn't do the engraving deep enough in it or something.
That's weird.
Yep, because I had an engraving on the inside of my wedding band on my first marriage, and that never wore off. But even on the inside of his ring, it's worn off. So I don't know, unless it's, yeah, we don't know. When we go to Denmark, I'm gonna have our rings cleaned and buffed by a jeweler, and I'll ask the jeweler about why it's worn off like that.
Yeah,
It
that's
should
kind
have
of
worn
curious.
off. Yeah, it's interesting that it's done that. We're about to have this next block done. So you did 3 blocks so you did 2 tonight. That's a big block
Hmm.
you worked on. What's the size of it?
This is 12 and a half, I believe. It was just so many little pieces is the thing.
Well, you've done good, Sean. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is all of the quilt going to be those colors, or is it going to be different colors besides those colors?
No, it's all these colors. So it was kind of a controlled scrappy.
Okay. Well, it's going to be gorgeous when you get it all finished. If
So
that one
like
block is
it
any
might be
bigger,
different. It might be different prints, but it's all like pinks and purples and greens.
then it's going to be gorgeous. Can't wait to see it finished. Not to be putting any pressure on you or anything like that.
No, no, you're fine. I'll probably that's probably what I'll do when we get together and do these.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I have time left over after I complete the block, maybe I'll just work on one of those.
That would be a great idea, actually. When you finish something and you have more time left, that would be great.
But
Um,
honestly, it would be probably the most efficient thing for me to do would probably be just to set aside 2 or 3 or 4 hours and just um chain piece everything, like because there's so many components, it would probably be just easier to just, do this
mhm.
quadrant for all 4 blocks, then do this quadrant for all 4 blocks. And I could probably be more productive that way. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but I do need to get that done.
Well, I think that sounds like a good plan too.
Or maybe I'll make myself a great big design board and lay them all out.
I think what we're going to do with my 1,000 block is go find us a place in town where we can lay out all the blocks. So I can, and maybe we'll be able to even do some of it live so we can move the blocks around for everybody to see. Because I've been talking to Nikolai because I want to do it while he's home. Because that is going to be one big quilt.
What size do you think it's going to finish at?
Around 102 squared.
Girl,
Yep.
gosh.
Yeah, that's about where it's going to be. Those blocks are, most of those blocks are pretty darn big.
I also have a block of the month that I started a long time ago that's supposed to be that size. I have lots of unfinished blocks.
You and me both.
I have started so many block of the months that I have not completed. The only ones I've finished, or at least finished the quilt top, are the um what do you call them? The mystery ones, the puzzle quilts.
The puzzle mystery one.
Yeah, because there's no cutting.
Nope.
So I could just grab a packet and start sewing.
Are you doing Under the Sea or are you doing the newest one?
Neither one. I know the last one I looked at, when I looked at it, it was there were no colorways that I liked, and all the colorways I liked were gone.
Yeah, I missed out on Under the Sea because those of us that's been doing PMQs got to see it early, and if we were going to pick something, we could pick it early. I was 10 minutes late and my colorway was gone. Gone in 10 minutes after they let the early people see it. And I'm like, how could that be? Look at that, Chaunda.
It looks good. I
Yeah.
love the that color that's in your four patch, the blue.
Mhm.
I
And the
love that
turquoise.
color.
Yeah, it's working. It's definitely working, especially with that yellow. Because I used two different yellows. You see how this is a lighter yellow and this is more of a vibrant yellow? And that's actually working. I didn't know if it would or not, but it is. It's the first time I've used two different shades of yellow in the same block. Man, we got lots of seams though. Right, we got one more piece to sew on here, and then this needs pressing, and then I'll be done. Y'all are quiet in the chat. What can we ask them, Chaunda? We need to ask them something.
Let's see.
I was hoping we'd see some in here doing the Sewcialites with us.
That would have been nice if somebody else was sewing along. But I'm happy for people to work on their own projects while we do it.
Yeah, me too. Janet says, I'm here listening and enjoying. So Janet, let me ask you a question, because you said you were a master quilter. What is your favorite let's see, how do I want to ask this? What's your favorite genre of fabric lines? What's your favorite genre? And she says, I had asked if you'd ever done a Bonnie Hunter mystery. No, I haven't. Have you, Chaunda?
That's the block you were looking at.
Oh, okay. No, Chaunda's doing one, but I have never done one.
Yeah, the blocks that I was showing that I was working on earlier, that's from one of Bonnie Hunter's mystery quilts. That's why the block has so many pieces, and that's why I kind of gave up and I decided I would never do that again.
Jojo says, I'm going to do it with you all. I'm just finishing up something real quick. Okay. Yeah, we have plenty to go now that block freeze dropped. So have you figured out which colors you're going to use with that block free yet, Chaunda?
I have not. I've thought about maybe deciding now.
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm thinking I want to make it colorful. To kind of honor the color that you see out of painted houses here in South, all of Greenland. Let's see. Maggie says, I'm doing EPP while listen. Did my Sewcialites block free? She did her Sewcialites 3 block earlier today. Hey, you guys, those of you who have done your Sewcialite blocks, if you want to, you can go to my channel and then click on community, and you can share your pictures there of your Sewcialite blocks. Or if you're a member of the Greenland Quilters Facebook group, you can post your Sewcialite pictures over there too. So please share. And then Janet says, I have a tendency to use fabrics that read as a solid but have texture. I do a lot in miniature. Ooh, I would love to see some of your work. And then Maggie says, are you going to do socialites every Friday? Chaunda and I will be doing it every other Friday, and we'll be doing 2 blocks. One off camera. Well, I did mine on camera because I was slacking. Right, Chaunda?
I mean, I just happened to get the block done because I was like, oh yeah, I can put that block together pretty quick.
So block 3 is the house. So that's the one I'll have to do offline. And
Hmm.
I'll probably mess with that this week now that Nikolai's home and I'm not stressing.
I think I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get block 3 cut out and probably placed on a design board, maybe.
I think that would be great so we can see your layout. Love these little boards, but have you seen the price of these boards? They have
No, because
skyrocketed.
I made mine, so
Well, I got
I
these were cheap when I got them. This was like 8 or 9 bucks. And the several big ones you see that I have, those were 12 or 13 bucks. But now you go look at them, this is almost 20 bucks.
no, I make my own, so because I'm not paying that for a board.
While I'm in
And I'll
Denmark,
use cardboard. I'll use cardboard.
yeah,
Um,
I figured while I was
oh,
in Denmark, I could send home that foam board that you used to do projects on, or high school students use. Send home some
hmm.
foam board so I could make my own. Now I don't really know how it. When I looked at this board, there's like zigzags sewn on the outer edges, and I'm not sure why that's like that.
Probably to help with like it fraying over time. Because you know where the fabric is folded, maybe it's more likely to, I don't know.
Yeah, because it looks like binding, but along this right here, that's where the zigzags at. It's along the outside edge, not here where you, because it looks just like binding to me.
It is, I mean, it is binding. That's what I did. Mine is binding that I
Uh,
just glued down. I have one that I literally just took a microfiber cloth and stapled it to some cardboard. And that's my
Makes
design
sense.
board.
Yeah,
And honestly, the fabric sticks better to that microfiber cloth than it
hmm
does to the batting. It doesn't go anywhere.
yeah. I like using flannel too on my big design board that's in there. That we're gonna have to take down and replace because I'm pretty sure it's full of glass. Um, just like the carpet is on the floor, we're gonna have to throw all of that away. Um, I feel like the flannel works better than this batting does. And the batting, my goodness, you see all that trash on this thing?
Hmm.
It's full of trash. Um, Janice says quilting is $1 billion industry. And then she says zigzag was sewn onto the fabric prior to attaching it. Oh, got you. And then Jen says, I made mine. I used that decorative tape for the edging. Oh, the decorative tape will be fine. All right, I'm going to go press this block and then show it to you guys. And that means, and Chaunda, if you're up for it, let's put your 2 blocks together where you can put the camera on it in a few seconds, and we'll show both blocks from you and from me.
Alrighty. Just let me know when.
Okay, I just need to press this real good. My iron's asleep, so I got to wake it up. I thought I heard it beep earlier.
Do you guys ever use the coloring pages? Does anybody ever
Sometimes
use one of these?
on the small, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. With this one, I'm not doing it.
I've never done it because I'm like, I just don't think I would enjoy that. All those little tiny spaces to color.
Yeah. Hey, do you know what you can do with the blocks that go in between all these small blocks?
Hmm.
Do you know what you're going to do with the blocks that go in between all these blocks on that layout?
No. So that's why I decided to use white for my background because I was afraid that if I used something else that I wouldn't know what to use for those setting squares.
Because I'm wondering about the setting squares too. Because there's going to be bigger fabric pieces to use.
Mm-hmm. So I'm probably gonna do some kind of blender fabric. I have to see what I have. I gotta wait for the fabric requirements to come up, right? Because I can't well no, I think we have the fabric requirements. Hold on.
Yeah, we do. Because there's a sheet, there is a sheet for that too.
So she says setting print is 5/8 of a yard, but there's
Mhm.
3 different fabrics. So is
Yeah,
that
that's what I
5/8 a
was
yard of
seeing.
each?
Yeah. That's
So
what I
that's
was
why I'm
wondering.
confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused by that. I don't know.
All right. You ready to show yours off? I'll spotlight you. Let me know. Which one are you going
Yeah.
to show it on?
Let me this one. Show it on this one. So we have block 1, Idyllic.
Here, let me spotlight you.
I might go back and decide to impress all the, well, I've pressed all the seams open that I can, but I think I might go back and try to get this block a little bit flatter. I'd like it to be a little bit flatter. But yeah, that's block 1. And then here is my block 2.
I love how you and I use red and blue.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Can you put
When
them
you
side
held up
by
when
side?
when you held up your design board and I saw that red and blue, I was like, look at this.
Now, can you set them side by side together? Yeah, like that.
Hold this up a little bit so we can get them both in. I know my camera's crooked.
It's okay. I just wanted them to see it together. Look at that. That's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I love it.
So in the actual quilt, there'll be a setting
Yeah.
square in between.
And I was wondering about what we were going to do with that. I mean, that's a really good question. Those are beautiful, Chaunda.
I'm loving how the colors are coming together, even
Yeah,
though it's
me
just 2
too. This is
blocks.
all gonna, it's all gonna work together. You know how you got that? Yeah, it's just beautiful. Thank you. Now, and here is mine, me and my boutiques. Can you
Oh,
see it
look at
okay?
that. I love that idyllic block. That block number 1.
This one?
Yeah, that's my favorite of the 2.
Yep. It came out really good too, I think. It's gonna be fun to see where I go with this. Because you know I just can't help myself. But I thought, I used I used this, see how I use this blue right here? I used
Mm-hmm.
the same blue over here, so it kind of,
Ties it together.
yeah.
Then block 3 has 8 different fabrics in it.
Janet, hang on, let me share the links. This is for Sewcialites 3 through Fat Quarter Shop. It's a free sew along. And let me, I'm gonna share some links for you to go follow. And here's the one for all the information you need. Sewcialites. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Why did I put 1 on there? That was supposed to be 3. Ignore the first one. You should see a link show up here in just a minute. So there's the first link. And then here's the next link for block 1, which is Idyllic. And then the second link is going to be for block 2. What did we call this one? Twinsies, right?
That's correct.
Yep, Twinsies. And this is a sew along that Fat Quarter Shop is doing. This will be their 3rd time of doing Sewcialites, and me and Chaunda are doing it as a sew along together in a collaboration so y'all can see how we do the blocks and do our interpretation of our sew along, or the sew along. Her keyboard is in the spotlight, is so fun. Oh, you mean my colorful one? Yeah, I don't even think about that. That thing has lots of lights on it. It's actually a mechanical keyboard, and sometimes it's annoying. It's annoying because it doesn't have a number keypad on it. It doesn't have an up, down, and arrow on it.
Really?
No, look at this. It shows side to side and up and down, but the book don't, or the instructions don't tell you how to use the darn things. Which is crazy. All right. Let me share Chaunda's channel again with you guys. Remember, oh yeah, remember you guys, you need to, if you want to participate in the giveaway that's going to happen at the end of April, keep up with the answers to each question that I give every day. So tomorrow will be a new question, and I'll keep doing that every day. We're going to be doing that, and that's up for y'all to participate in so that you can win a gift card, potential for winning a gift card, because I'll be giving away 4 of them. Also, tomorrow, Becca is coming to sew with me. We'll be working on our butterfly FPP projects together. So come and hang out with us. That starts at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't have any live scheduled for Sunday. I have a private sew with friends that I'm doing on Sunday, which I need to send out. Wait, is that this Sunday? No, because it is this Sunday. Wait, yep, it is. And the next live won't happen until the 12th, which is the regular Thursday, and that will be with Mona on with me, and then Ian's going to be here on the 14th. And then we'll have a live crochet on the 17th. Chaunda and I will be doing blocks 3 and 4 on the 20th. And then there's my usual lives, and I'll let you know, as because right now I don't have people wrote in yet. I'm trying to hunt down people to come sew with me. You know how hard that is. So anything, so I'm going to spotlight you, Chaunda, and you tell me about your channel one more time. And anything else you want to say?
Oh, so my name is Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. I have a crafting channel where I share things quilt and crochet related that interest me. And I like sewing along here with Katie.
I love sewing with you too, sweetie. You're so much fun. You're so calm and laid back, and unlike me, I'm so loud.
Girl, you are not loud.
Oh, and somebody just brought up Thomas. I'm going to talk to Thomas either tonight or tomorrow and see if he wants to wet his feet, get his feet wet on the 28th of March. And we will be, which is my usual Saturday, but we're going to use my Saturday to do this because he works through the week. And Nikolai and Thomas and I are going to have a Lego night. Right?
Nice.
We're going to do a Lego night. There won't be a sew night that night. So, but you can come and sew if you want to, but y'all come and help my son relax because he's an introvert and he wants to learn how to go live so he can go live for gaming and things like that. And so I told him, you know, I talked to him because he had brought it up. Mom, how am I going to learn how to do this? I said, well, let me bring you on a live so you can kind of get an idea of what you have to keep up with, and then we'll go from there and I'll walk him through it. But y'all make sure to mark that off for the 28th. I'm hoping he says yes about the 28th. I think he will. And I'm going to try. I know that Blaze is probably going to want to come and say hi. And some of y'all actually have talked to him on the live, and I don't see what's wrong with it, but there's powers that be that are running in the background right now that are stirring up trouble, and I don't want my grandson being labeled as somebody using him for untoward purposes. So me and Thomas have talked about it, and we're probably going to keep Blaze out of the camera. I don't know how hard that's going to be for Thomas, because Blaze likes to be in the spotlight too. So we'll see how we handle that. All right. Want to say hi, honey?
No, listen, wait, everyone.
Janice says her name is Charlotte. She done scrap quilts all her life. Oh, that's cool. And then I love the combination of you two, me too. And then Janice says, I'm so sad y'all are signing off. Hey, Janet, there is another live. Write this down on a piece of paper. No, wait, let's just go find it. What time is it anyway? I don't know what time. Let me go look real quick, because there is another live. There's actually several lives. This is Friday. Who's live right now? Hold on a minute. Because I think Becca might be live, maybe. Let me go look, because let's see who's live right now. Right now, okay, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard. No, sorry. 10/9 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Becca will be going live, and let me get the link for her, and I'll share it in the channel. Actually, I already have it on the bot. What am I talking about? Here, she goes live in a few minutes, because right now, what time is it? Oh, in 10 minutes she goes live, Janet. So hang on a second. Let's see. So Becca, there's a live there, and then later after her is going to be my so-called life, and I'll write that in here. He will be going, William will be going live too. Now Becca will be live in 10 minutes. So there is another place to go and hang out. And what I could do is just let me share the channel, the live link, and that will help. Hold on a minute, please. Let me go to Becca.
While you're popping that link in there, I did the math, and the 5/8 yards that we need for the setting squares, that's for all 3 fabrics. That includes everything.
Okay.
So it's 5/8 total.
Okay. That makes better sense. Okay, here is Becca's live link. What is my laptop doing? Being weird. Oh, I see what's wrong. Hang on a minute while I get this link shared. This is for Becca. Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong place. All right, there's the link for Becca's live that starts in a few minutes. All right, everyone. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something beautiful. Or go do something special for someone so that you could that's another way of being beautiful. Do something for someone, because you might put a smile on their face, and you never know, it might change their whole world because you put a smile on their face. So remember that, and y'all have a nice night. Enjoy the lives that are following behind mine. I will see you tomorrow on the next live at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Chaunda, thank you for coming, and I have enjoyed this. I am loving this. I think you and I are going to have a great time with this sew along.
I'm excited.
Yep, me too. Good night, everyone. See you on the next live. Hey, don't hang up on the Zoom. Oh, hang on. Gotta wait for that.